just started signing all the
Yeah. Like there was talk about like world leaders with fucked up translators. Where do they find them? They just put an ad in like Craigslist.
Well, this guy
someone's
the
it's always the board.
So does anyone know that? Like, I know a little bit. I know monkey, love, fuck.
From the top, take 4.
Okay, folks, now we're there. Now we're fucking here.
This was so skipped the preview show festivities for.
Yeah, so this is just us.
The parade. The lighting in the eternal flame.
I'm gonna start again. Welcome to Awesome Talk, Season 9, Episode 6 on January 16th, 2018. This is about the 4th time I've done this introduction because of all the fuck-ups going on in the room.
It's just because this season we're going to do a DVD and we figured we'd get the special features out of the way first.
Yeah.
Gag reel.
Nice.
So what's the special feature here? Just fucking up?
Well, this is behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah, all right. Okay.
It was all us being
missing the line.
Thank you, Satanic Potato.
Always the punch in the face.
Thank you, Satanic Potato, for pointing out that there was no sound.
Thank you, Satanic Potato.
I see Justin in the other chat. There are chats going on fucking everywhere, man.
Satanic Potato on the YouTube chat was the guy who saved our asses there because we would have just gone on with no purpose for a while.
And do me a favor, if you're on Facebook, share this video for the love of God.
Yeah.
I want to see if we can hit 1,000 views tonight. I think we can. So let me start again. So tonight, we have a really great show. I want to hear a round of applause for our guest, Heavy Metal John, who's here
Again?
tonight. Thank you. I want to hear a round of applause for Robin James and Something Cast tonight. And in terms of content tonight, what you're going to see is an encore performance by Keith Kenny, Frankie V, and Mike Chick, who closed last season with us. And also some ice in the face. And obviously we're going to drink beers, we're going to talk. Whew! Oh my God.
It's like you just did that before.
Son of a bitch, man.
You're a professional.
Or a robot.
Or
How many vaginas do you have?
dun dun dun.
Awesome talk.
So, let's do a classic around the bar before we get started, okay? I'm your host, Rick.
Heavy Metal John.
I'm Ryan.
Podcast Rob.
James Adden.
Daniel.
Jared.
Fuck you, you fucking fuck.
Sarah.
Matt.
And welcome again. Round of applause.
Hey, cheers.
So here we are.
Start the night off.
This is where we start the night off. Okay, so one of you started talking about something right before the show started, and I said, don't talk about that until the show
We
starts.
say that
What
every
was it?
time we do a show.
I know, and then everybody gets quiet, and then like it brings down the morale, and then all the momentum goes away, and then we get started, and nobody knows what to say.
Jersey Shore.
Sound gets fucked up. What?
Jersey Shore.
Oh, we were talking about the comeback of Jersey Shore.
That was the reason why we said let's stop talking about it.
Yeah, right?
That was it. We talked about that, and then all this shit happened.
Oh,
It's them.
bad omen.
It's them, yeah.
Wait, everyone's leaving.
Look, we're not here as fans to talk about it. I'm just kind of,
We're fans of nothing.
we're fans of nothing. This is a room of hate. This is a room of hate.
This is one of those rare occurrences where ignorance might be the answer.
It
If
might
you
be
don't
the
talk
answer.
about it, it might go away.
The only-
That's the hope of the experience.
the thing about Jersey Shore is it wouldn't matter other than the fact that like people outside of New Jersey think that people in New Jersey really are really like that.
And they're not from New Jersey.
There are quite a few of them.
They went well before that show, though.
I can
Usually
either
they think of
confirm
people
or
from
deny.
Staten Island are actually people from Jersey.
Yeah, right.
just-
Yeah, word.
That's terrible.
Things like that happen every summer in New Jersey. Yes,
No
for
doubt
certain.
about it.
Yes,
Things
yes,
happen like that. And I'm not
absolutely.
saying
All
that there's
summer
not
long.
I'm not saying there's not a breed of person that's like the Jersey Shore, but to say it represents the entire.
Oh
fucking,
no, of course. Well,
you
most
know.
of them don't actually live here.
It's
They're
a touristy area. So
Yeah, it's a
based on that.
touristy area. It's the coastline, and it's mostly the tourists who come here, get a tan, and if they can't tan, they
Yeah,
spray
but-
tan, and then they hang for the summer and make asses of
And
themselves
it's
and go
the
home.
beach, man. The beach is good for three things.
Yeah.
Most people think like a place like Asbury Park, music made the scene. No, the scene made the music. People go to beach house to fuck, fight, or get drunk.
That's
And
it.
if you're lucky, all three of them.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. And anything that arises out of that is what arises out of that.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
Animal
So you're
House.
gonna generally draw those people that are very alive.
Yeah. But you said they're doing it in Miami?
Just dead on the inside.
They did it in Miami already.
Just that on the inside.
The same
that
people?
one outside, but that was just between me.
So what are they calling it? The Miami Shore?
No, they're calling it Jersey Shore.
They probably didn't.
But
want
they're
it.
in Miami.
It's in Miami.
I fucking
All right, at least they left Jersey.
I
I guarantee you,
take
2/3 of
Jersey
the
where
people
you
who
would
watch
wherever
that
you
show
go.
aren't going to know the fucking difference unless they see a palm tree.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They're not gonna know the fucking difference.
No, they just see water and beach. They go, oh look, they're in Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, well, they have fucking palm trees here now. So what the?
Well, they won't see any geese down there then. So.
I didn't
Well
get a
done,
palm
well
tree.
Well done, well done. Okay.
I'd clunky on that.
Yeah, kind of clicking on that one. That's a good one. So yeah, still the Jersey Shore.
What a waste of fucking film.
Miami though, man. I mean, aren't one of those guys dead?
Didn't you used to say on the show
One of
everything
the
happens in
Miamis?
Florida?
Who, Don Johnson?
Everything crazy happens in Florida.
Yeah. Well, look, the Jersey Shore cast, they're gonna do better in Florida than they would have.
Did you see one of the good? I posted a little while ago. There was a good one on there about one of Trump's fucking tweets about fucking global war. Like, you know, he just tweeted some outlandish
Yeah, he
shit.
just
I can't
says
remember
whatever,
what
yeah.
I said. Whatever. And one of the guys from the Jersey Shore. So it's just a
I saw
screenshot
that.
somebody posted.
Wait,
It was
before
somebody
you continue.
One of the guys from the Jersey Shore is literally trying to scientifically explain global warming to the president
Donald
of the
Trump.
United States on Twitter, and the girl was like, "My fucking mind is reeling." Like, I don't know. Like, it's literally, he's like, "I think it's got to do with like offshore currents and stuff," and you know, like he's going.
Nice impression.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna dance my way out of this town. Yeah.
Speaking of dice, I gotta say how much I love dice now more than I used to. I
Like
grew up with it.
gambling?
You liked him a lot back in the day.
I always loved Andrew Dice Clay, but Andrew Dice Clay, more as a defeated human, is a better comedian.
Well, he's always been willing to take a chance to self-destruct, man. What did that live
Yeah.
album he put out? He's an artist, so he's, you know, he's not.
Which
he's
live
not
album? He has a couple
well,
out
that one
there.
where he just basically just tanked the whole fucking 90 minutes, man, went nonstop.
Oh,
It was like
oh.
his first live. He was
I know what you're talking about.
he was playing arenas all over the place, and he just stopped in some small club.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be my next live. I just totally told the worst material ever. It was like
Yeah.
a performance.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
what he said, I know what you're talking about too.
Essentially, you know-
I know what show you're talking about, because he said in the beginning of the show, tonight is not about laughter, it's about comedy. And I always thought that was a really interesting take. It's not about laughter,
that is
it's about comedy.
Oh, okay. Then I've been like, you know, like
Got that cleared up.
trying to find comedy in the wrong fucking.
You
place.
have been going about this all
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, right? Well, so yeah, comedy incorrectly.
I've been seriously fucking this up.
Let's see. No,
Comedy is in a dark
Like I said,
place.
I'm in the chat room tonight.
I see you in there.
I'm only conversing there. I'm not going to talk out here.
knows?
very much.
He says that loud.
Dancing in traffic.
There's two chats going on. Okay, Santa Potato, now there's sound.
Yeah, he's a
hey
no
guys,
problem.
oh hey, my mom is in the chat. Hey, Justin Lynch is in the chat. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
My sister's in the chat.
Your sister's in the
Cool.
chat. Where is she? I haven't seen her say
Oh wait,
anything
she might
yet.
have left.
She says kind of.
I just saw that she was there. I don't know. She didn't say
Oh,
anything.
she's gone.
But she.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck this.
It's gone.
He said Jersey Shore.
And she's gone. And she's gone. Mm. I don't even know like where to start in the last month that we've done a show too, in terms of how much fucking fucked up.
There's a
shit
lot
is
of
going on.
stuff
We
that
went
happened in the
backwards.
world.
There's a couple that got busted with 13 of their kids locked up.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
crazy.
But the weirdest part.
What
well,
state was that?
California.
California.
California, Southern California.
Here's what I sort of made it really weird. At first, I'm like, oh,
I think
whatever,
like
that
San
happens,
Jose
okay?
or something.
But
No, wait, it
they're
might have
showing
been
family
Northern,
footage. First off, they all have vanity places like Disneyland and want to be a
Wait,
princess.
is that
And
the
then-
guy who looks a little like Gregory Schwartz? is that the story?
I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
I
That's the guy.
It looks like a
But
cross
what's
between
the
Gregory
story
Schwartz
for people
and
that
Ben
don't
Stiller
know?
from Something
Right.
About Mary.
Okay, so wait, hold on.
But-
So the story for people who don't know, I want you to explain. But the story for people who don't know, there's a couple in California that got caught with 13 people chained in their
Well,
basement.
it was their kids.
It
It
was
was like
kids.
their kids. They had them
that's
bound
under-
in
Yeah,
the
okay, it's
basement.
29.
But
Yeah.
this
They all
happens,
look like
okay?
10-year-olds.
Yeah.
This happens in probably every town. But what was really creepy was that there's vanity plates on these people's car, like Disney's great, I'm a princess. And then was really where they had video from them. The couple keeps renewing their vows every couple of years at this Elvis chapel in fucking Las Vegas, okay?
Wow.
And there's the kids. The first year there's the two of them. 2 years later, so all the kids are dressed in matching Pennsylvania Dutch frocks.
Okay.
And
It's Mickey and Mallory. They're still alive.
Yeah, right.
That's what happened to the natural-born killers
Yeah.
after they
Yeah.
fled.
so yeah, basically, it was kind of creepy the way because on the Elvis stuff, they're all singing along and it's like a big party and it's really guys.
Are they like a cult?
Well, that's what it seems like.
I mean, how many people do you
They-
Like
they-
a
they-
real-
they-
cult?
they
Yeah,
were-
right.
They
Right.
were
Where's the
literally
divide?
They were so malnourished they thought the 29-year-old was like a teenager.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, a tightly knit family. What's the difference between that and a cult exactly?
Yeah, yeah.
They're pretty close.
Pretty close. By the way, I also
Well,
feel like
cults use staples.
one of the guys that
Most
was
of the families just embroider each other too.
one of the guys that
They
was
also just use shackles.
One of the guys chained up down there was 29 years old.
That's right. He looked like a 50-year-old doing malnourishment.
Yeah, malnourishment. They didn't grow very tall or big or anything.
How do you
And they would
hide
come
someone
out
for 29?
There's like neighbor testimonies of them like coming out at like 11 o'clock at night, like laying sod and doing gardening, and like, oh yeah, that's normal. That's just the family over there. So like they let them go, but they were like slaves.
So,
to, like,
they let him run around in the grass.
right, yeah,
and
and just
Things
right,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was only late at night, and then but you have to question like their neighbors, like what you don't think that's weird?
Yeah, right.
No,
yeah.
because they have vanities that said I love Disney and I'm a princess.
I guess yeah, Disney makes it all okay.
They probably had the car
neighbors were like,
stickers of the
For some
family.
reason,
what
it
some
reminds me
neighbors
of the
do?
movie The Burbs.
Right.
Mom.
Yeah.
And look at him over there. We all know something's up.
Well, that's one neighbor said, like, we got the feeling we keep it to ourselves, you keep it to yourselves.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. When you have a neighbor that's doing like letting their 13 kids out at 11 o'clock at night to lay sod, that's usually the house when you walk by it. You're like,
No.
Rick, I'll have you know, that is the cornerstone of the Mormon community right there.
There's urban legends in the high school about the old man who lives in that house. You don't go there on Halloween.
right, exactly. You stay out of there because you know there's probably 13
Your
people in
baseball
the
goes into
basement.
that yard, your baseball's gone.
Yeah, that's it. It's done.
It's like
Epic
it
Film
movie.
guys are in the chat.
What?
Epic Film guys are here.
Hey, what's
Epic
up,
Film
Epic
guys
Film
are in the
guys?
chat. What's up, guys? How's it going?
What do you think the bathroom situation is?
Oh, 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah,
Put your
yeah.
chain on the wall. That's usually the accommodation.
Dude, there's
Yeah.
so much to talk about tonight.
So,
Like,
by the way,
Oh, Daniel Danson, Justin Mazik, absolutely.
Daniel
Oh,
Danson's in the house. What's up, brother? How's
The
it
dad,
going, man?
Justin, the dad
Justin.
from California thing
Danson.
reminded me of Kevin from The Office.
Oh!
Here, the dad
Oh.
from who kidnapped all the, he said he reminded him of Kevin from The Office.
Hi, I'm Kevin. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Do it. J.M. Brady is in the house. Epic Film guy says big up to the SDSD cast. They're looking forward to recording you guys next week.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I love
See you
those
next
dudes.
week.
Love those dudes.
You said
Yeah.
epic film, guys.
Film guy.
Fill 'em up.
Let's see. I am here. Yeah. So, I lost my fucking train of thought entirely now.
We were
Children
talking
in
about
basements,
children in
yeah.
basements and
Oh, yeah.
chains
Blatant
and the
sod
types of
business
houses we don't go near.
Yeah.
Their
and the
accommodations.
burbs. And
It is like the Burbs. That's exactly.
it is
what
like
it's
the burbs, yeah.
Does anyone?
You see, back in the 80s, you just mind your damn business and
That's
let
right.
your neighbors raise their kids.
And it was
you know?
better. It was better back then. You just
You
did
just
whatever.
knew less.
And when mom and dad took those chains off and let us go play in the lawn at night, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah. That was just raising kids, you know? That's all that was. Just raising
Well,
kids.
I miss my night walks.
When I was hooked to the clothesline.
They used to have that-
Running with the
back and
dogs.
forth.
they used to have that tether
Easter
line so
morning
you didn't go
game.
too close to your parent in the store.
No, my
Put it around
parents.
their wrist.
My parents put up an electric fence,
really
the invisible one.
The collar.
So you run into it, and the collar's like,
But being let loose on Easter Eve at Easter at midnight to go hunt for
Find the eggs.
raccoon jerky eggs.
Find the eggs under the sod.
Exactly. That was not fondest memories growing
There's
up.
nothing I want more in my Easter basket than some raccoon jerky
Sod chunks.
and sod
Sod
chunks.
Sod chunks.
Hey, what are you guys eating? Oh, just a bag of sod chunks.
cookies.
I feel like it would be bad to eat sod.
Life tips by Awesome Talk.
But
Yeah,
but they were
Stone
grateful
hates.
for those sod chunks.
you're goddamn right. We
Oh,
ate
yeah,
those
yeah,
sod chunks.
Let's not ignore and despite all this laughter, there's some tragic humanity, fucking lack of humanity going on there, man.
Yeah.
Sod chunks are probably safer than Tide Pods.
Oh, well, we talked about the Tide Pod things, so nice in the face, man. The Tide Pod. Yeah, like my point, nice in
You
the face
can get
about.
high off those things, but you can't, right? It's just,
No, it's just idiots. Like, and what's
What's
funny
a
is,
Tide Pod?
okay, so
Oh, Tide Pod.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
laundry.
the laundry thing, right?
Oh, I
So-
thought you meant like it brushes in, it blows in with the tide in the
Right.
morning. Like,
You're like making your own
There's five
presentation.
people that come out.
You know what's
Yeah,
funny?
so people they float in the air
How
in the
long
pods.
ago- How long ago did those come
I
out?
actually really
How long ago- how
thought
long
about
ago
the
they
thing
started
floating
making
in.
it?
This started, what, about 3 or 4 years ago?
No, Tide Pods?
Has it
Those
been longer
pods?
than that?
Nah, it's been longer than that, dude. I think it's closer to a
They're eating
decade.
them.
I shit you not, dude. The day I saw
What
those
was
in the
that, dude?
goddamn
It's just like
grocery
an
store, I was
internet
like, some
challenge thing.
fucking
Let's get
kid's
them
gonna
higher
eat that
Yeah,
thing.
I challenge you.
I give him credit.
Tide
Listen,
Pod.
Wait.
I think the problem is people are having kids that are too stupid.
That's
Well,
part
I
of
think
it.
that people
Survival
are too
of the
stupid
fittest
or
is
have-
working.
No. It's that people are too stupid or having kids.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, yes.
Definitely.
Well,
Wait, I have a really
Stupid
important
trickles
question.
down.
Product of,
I have a really important question.
Yeah.
Does-
absent parity.
Doing Tide Pods, does it feel good?
No, it's just eating soap. like an idiot.
So like it doesn't do anything for you.
Here's
So there's
the thing.
no reason to do it.
Here's what I love. They're like, look at these kids eating Tide Pods, and you can like watch a video of people chomping down, and one of them has like a goatee, and I'm like, that's not a kid. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
Well, shit, I mean,
I got caught off.
Is it a narcotic thing? Like, did people?
No, it's
Yeah, so that you don't feel like it's just
so
stupid
here's the
people
thing.
doing.
There's nothing
It's
but
just a
studs
stunt.
equal.
It's just.
Here's the thing. So there's like this thing going on online where people are taking Tide Pods and they're mixing them with like food advertisements. So people are showing pictures like pizza with Tide Pods on it, or like Tide Pod Oreo cookies, right?
Sure.
And like a sect of people started taking this seriously and started filming themselves chewing them and eating them and one guy's like drinking. He's like drinking cleaner to wash it
I've
down.
read Rick and Morty.
Right? So here's the thing. Canada had to put out a PSA to plead to the public that this was a health crisis. And I'm like, what's the health crisis? Whoever eats those and dies were the people who were supposed to die.
Thin the herd.
I'm all for it.
We
Right?
we don't need you.
Darwinian overtones.
If you were that dumb,
That
by all
doesn't work
means.
now though, because everybody gets saved if you do something stupid.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, which is bullshit. Let him go. Because they're just going to find something else stupid to do a couple
Yeah,
of
they're
seconds.
just delaying the inevitable.
Exactly.
Listen, man,
Fuck
sometimes
outta
you,
here.
sometimes you
That is
swallow
some
some
con.
crazy shit and you just gotta take your clothes off, curl up in a ball, and lay in the woods and sweat that
let it-
fucker
let
out.
it
Sometimes
If you go, you go.
I miss the days of people using plastic bags as toys and sticking butter knives in fucking outlets.
Yeah, man.
We graduated to Tide
We
Pods.
graduated that. And here's the thing.
Freon.
Graduate is like that's like a strong word. I mean, how do you graduate backwards? What's the word for that?
That's held back.
Yeah, you know?
Your teachers are like, no.
Wait, how do you fall backwards on the evolutionary
Demotion.
Yeah, you're demoted. Intellectually, if you eat a Tide Pod.
Usually that just means you can't procreate anymore. That's where they castrate you. But it's like
Here's hoping.
Look, anyone who's chewing on a Tide Pod right now should have their procreation license taken.
Well, did you hear about that? That segues into a nice positive story about that lady who goes around in southern communities where they give abortion clinics all kinds of shit, and she finds, like, in bad neighborhoods, and she finds drug addicted young women and provides free like Planned Parenthood service of like birth control, birth control and stuff like that, and they'll help them. You know what I mean? They're like, listen, if you agree to go on birth control, like an IUD or something like that, like, you know, we'll give you money. We'll pay you. We'll give you a couple bucks to help pay your rent and like set you up or whatever.
Or,
but if you're addicted and you're like, we don't want you bringing kids into this.
If you want to go the cheap route, just eat one of these Tide Pods.
Yeah, or that. All right. Hey, look, I'm sure that's probably the next segment. It's probably the next segment. That's the next. That's stage 2 of the business model.
They're bouncing and banging off of people's heads.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I mean, it sounds weird, you know, but I mean, at least somebody's out there doing that, trying to be like in a proactive
It sounds heroic
way.
to
Yeah,
me.
you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
look,
like,
you
that's
don't have
awesome.
any business having kids. Please take
Go ahead.
this pill or whatever.
I just want to give the shout out. Griffin Sullivan is in the chat. saying,
Yes.
Do I love
"Let 'em
Griffin?
die."
Take a
All
look.
right, yep. Let them die. All right. And,
Let's see. Griffin says, "Let him die."
All right.
Let's see. Daniel Hansen says in 19. I can't see very well even with these.
1998 was said in 20 years we'll have flying cars. In 2018 we are telling kids not to eat Tide Pods.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep, that's exactly right.
There was somebody else in the, there's a new we got somebody else in the YouTube chat too.
They should just
was
eat
JD
enough Tide
something.
Pods so they don't have to worry about procreating
No,
or
if you
breathing. Tide Pods.
Oh, there, J.M. Brady, that's it.
It's time to recur. I'll be back. Okay, J.M. Brady, have a good
Okay.
recording. Holy fuck, man, everything's going crazy tonight. Yep, let them eat Tide Pods, survival of the fittest, baby. See, everybody's sort of on the same fucking wavelength with us in this one. Like, if you eat Tide Pods...
There's one person watching Awesome Talk with like a Tide Pod in their beer.
And a
they're, like,
tear.
One single tear.
Yeah.
I like the better.
They're like,
when
wait
the
a
sound
minute.
is off.
You're like, you know what?
There's like one mother like standing next to a hospital bed filled with a mullet-laden son in the South who's just like talking about my baby.
Angrily chewing a Tide Pod as he hits unfollow on his
The
computer.
pregnant daughter's like, what baby?
I apologize. I retract. I shouldn't have said the South. That's too specific. But mullet-laden, I'm sticking by.
Well, I know what I'm doing when I
Sticking
go
with
home.
mullet.
That's all I gotta say. I gotta try this Tide Pod thing. I gotta see what the experience is all about.
If the kid curses and the mom sticks the Tide Pod instead of soap in the kid's mouth,
and the kid's like, I eat these all the time.
Yeah, this doesn't mean anything to me. Bring me more.
Give me more. They're delicious. I put these on my PB&J.
Fuck you, bitch. This is a Wednesday for me.
Wait, so Canada really actually put out a public service announcement about don't
It
eat
was
Tide
like a
Pods?
health crisis.
There's gonna be like old heads sitting
Fucking
on
Canada
street corners
caring
like,
so
you
much.
kids and your Tide Pods, we used to get the dove.
I used to eat people's faces on bath salts.
Maybe they should make them in such delicious colors.
I know.
Oh,
Or
come
like
on, dude.
tiny
Nobody
white signs.
I caught that one.
Wait, oh, I missed it.
You
What'd
just
you say?
said you and your Tide Pods. We used to eat people's faces on bath salts. Come on, that was brilliant.
But enjoy your
That's the way
Tide
to
Pods.
hide out.
Really good.
It's good.
Why can't these kids just do drugs like everyone else? You know what I mean? At least you get high off of that,
You're
right?
preaching to the choir, buddy.
Wait, I wonder if you smoke a Tide Pod.
Oh,
Like,
God.
light it.
There we go.
All right, well,
And
first
now
off,
we
Or
have a
bake it in a
pandemic on our
brownie or
hands.
something.
look,
Look how
it's
all of our heads
Put
just
it in the
dropped.
yeah, everybody is. Oh
And
man,
there it is. We're going to be getting phone calls from the CDC.
somebody get me an
Wait,
ingredient
apparently
list.
they taste like cream icicles and Victory.
Yeah,
Winning.
yeah.
Nice.
Victory.
Who said that?
Who said that? Who the fuck said that shit? Daniel Danson.
I don't like the regular
Tide
Tide
Pod
Pods.
tastes like cream
Why don't you buy the
icicles.
Mountain Spring flavor, Mom?
Cream icicles. It's showing your age there. Everybody knows it's creamsicle.
Wait, if
I'm
Tide
like
was
the
actually
police.
a smart business or a smart company, they'd
They
run
start-
with this and start a food, like a candy company.
It's
I couldn't
starting to
agree
grow.
more.
Tide Pods.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
And like Canada will actually
Tide
give them
Pods
like
candy.
they'll subsidize it, so it won't cost the company anything.
Right,
And then
right.
you're in the grocery store, Tide Pods, and it looks like fucking Starburst.
For a guy who hates
The
Canada,
kids are all disappointed.
Yeah,
for a guy who hates Canada,
It's so easy to come up with business plans for the whole fucking country.
You
Like,
make
why
a
do I have
gel-
to be the one to do it
You
for
make
them?
you make a little gelatinous bag filled with crust mints, and there you go.
right?
Tide Pod candy.
Make it look like the pods.
Yeah.
Wait, you have a
Fill it
kid with a problem
Altoids
eating
and-
Tide Pods? The company Tide will make it so that it actually is wrapped and looks like the shape of their favorite candy.
A
So if your
tiny
favorite
cheeseburger.
peppermint patties, Tide Pods, but it tastes and looks like a peppermint patty. But it's just called Tide Pods.
Right.
So the kid will never know the difference. They're stupid anyway.
This guy hates
That's
Canada
true.
more than anyone, and now he's giving
not.
them ideas. Now he's saving them.
Let's save ourselves a half hour right now. We don't need to go to Canada yet.
Like, it's part of his plan, just like Hitler. Just save them first, and then you think.
Oh, man.
Hey, I'll take over Canada. It's so
Did
easy.
you just
Walk in.
compare Canada
Just
to
walk
Nazi
in.
Germany?
No, I compared Dan to Hitler.
Okay. I thought it was crazy.
I compared Canada to Poland.
Yeah. I got it.
Or the
now.
French. Just march on in.
Yeah, the French.
Dan's gonna march north one day when he's conquering army.
I think I just did. I just had to go in with my idea with Tide Pods. I hear you guys are all addicted to Tide Pods. I got you. Don't worry.
Don't worry,
Save
dude.
the day.
My mom's got a Costco card. We're good.
Dan's always starts by mine Tide Pod.
Fuck this Trudeau guy that knows like astrophysics.
And all these kids follow him to the Costco like the Tide Piper.
Tide Piper, there you go. Nice.
Can I get a cling on that? I haven't had a good zinger in a while.
Meanwhile, their president is schooled in astrophysics and can't get whatever.
Well,
Mine. Tide.
Trudeau.
oh,
Yeah,
right,
he's
right.
like really.
When you said the
uber-
president, I thought of Trump.
Yeah, I know,
and
not
was
Trump.
Like, what?
Prime Minister.
I was like, what? Astrophysics? I don't think so.
Crazy Canadians.
Fuck, man.
I remember getting pulled over by the Canadian military. It was awesome.
They were like, "Hi, how are you?"
basically, there was like 15 of them.
So what you doing?
What you doing here, Canada?
I'm a
Eh?
Mountie, and I'm pulling you over.
Well, I was on a I mean,
Listen, buddy, I wouldn't want you to leave hungry, so here's my last donut.
this story.
Tide Pods.
I got a cocoa machine in the back of the truck.
This story. Basically, in a nutshell, this story. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible because it's a really long story. It takes me usually like 20 hours to tell, and I'm not even exaggerating.
It's like an audio book.
No, it really is. I was told to make my kid because I drove from here to Edmonton, and it took like 10 days, but I had to be back by a certain time, so like, I was just in a really big rush. But it was the middle of May, and I was coming back in through Winnipeg into North Dakota, and they closed the highway for a blizzard, and I was like, "Fuck this shit, I gotta go." Like, I know there's not a blizzard 10 miles south. It's not there. If I can just make it. So they in Canada, they close off the highways. They have these things, and you just can't get on.
Wow.
They do it in Texas. They do it at times in Texas.
It's kind of like a train thing.
Extreme weather,
it's like and I was like, fuck that shit, and I drove off the road and went around.
Whoa!
And that's when the Canadian military came out.
They're watching it.
American renegade.
Right, and then I was like, they were like, what are you doing? You can't do this. And they're all like 12-year-old, like white redheaded guys, and I'm just like, but what was really funny is like their army gear was so outdated that they looked like they were still like the Vietnam War. It was like bright green, and I'm just like,
dude, it's like, fucking snowing out. Ooh,
yeah,
right.
Like you kidding?
And why do you have a necklace made of ears?
And so
what the fuck are you doing?
They made me pull over to a gas station, and like they escorted me off the highway back the way I came in, and I had to go get.
Sit here, wait 2 times now. For
right. So like, no, I've had an experience with the Canadian military, and they were really nice. I'm like, how are you a military? Like this, you have to be mean to me. You have to give me tickets. Like you have to confine me. Like you are breaking all the laws of the country right now.
Right. Traveling money on cigarettes and then eat them.
Yeah, right. They're like grilling you elk.
But now there was like, you can't be on this road. Meanwhile, it wasn't even that bad. Whatever.
Hey, bud, did you not see the fence back there?
Basically, no, I drove off on purpose.
And what's your response to the Canadian military? You're like, look, fucker, I gotta go here. Like, or
kind of. I was like, I'm in a rush. Like, I'm sure my car will make it. I know where I'm going. Just like maybe 2 hours from now. Like, I'll be fine. I'll be in the United States where snow doesn't happen like this.
You should bet that was guy who went home and said, I talked to the stupidest American today.
I know, right? That's a damn thing.
Well, what was interesting, because it was...
breath smelled of Tide Pods.
I wasn't wrong, because it was the middle of May. As soon as I crossed over and, like, went down through North Dakota, and they let me go through after they plowed the roads and stuff, as soon as I got to Minnesota, it actually did turn to, like, a rain, hurricane kind of thing. Temperature went up back up to 60.
That's America.
Right, but it was true. Like, I wasn't lying to them. Like, I looked at the weather, I saw it. I know what's happening.
Moose up front. Should have told you, park's closed.
Oh, jeepers.
I don't know how we started talking about the Canadian military.
Oh, because Canada's Tide Pod.
It was actually
Tide Pod. Oh, I'm gonna invade Canada by myself. Yeah,
right. You're gonna be the mouse that roared. You're gonna.
I think it was a fairly seamless
What
thing
else
that
is going on in
happened.
the world?
Oh, there's so much to talk about in the world.
Go ahead.
All right, before I came here today, does anyone have any friends in Hawaii, real quick, that we can text or call?
I did, but I think she moved out of Hawaii.
Okay, from what I heard 4 days ago, a lot of people in Hawaii got alerts on their phones, ballistic missiles coming through seek cover.
This is not a drill.
This is not a drill,
right?
But then immediately the media was like, "Oh no, that was fake. It was a drill, like it was meant to be." But apparently that's like a big thing that happened.
Yeah.
And like we can go down a rabbit hole that I'm not fully like educated on yet. Maybe this is for the next awesome talk.
I think it's like, first of all, there are 3 different things that came out within like a 10-hour span.
It was like the Roswell
which
crash.
was psychotic.
Yeah.
Like the first thing came out and it said that the White House came out and said that it was a state-sponsored drill. And then Hawaii came out and said, no, one employee just fucked up. And it's like, why did the fucking government come out and say this?
Because
it's not a fuck up. It's just on purpose. They were trying to trigger World War III, and they're going to blame North Korea.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you don't want to go down a rabbit hole, it does kind of make sense in light of what they're showing, how they show the menu, how it's laid out, and it is easy to confuse the drill with the actual real call. I mean, it's disturbingly easily how fucked up, how shitty their system is. Some employee didn't press the wrong button. She chose the wrong item off a combo list.
Well, here's what's weird, man. There's some.
And there was no. Are you sure you want to almost start World War III with this?
Right.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
So, and there was 2 right next to each other, and they were named exactly the same.
Well,
So
what's
one
interesting-
was called drill or whatever, not
Right,
drill,
right.
demo, something like that. But and so I'm not saying that some fucked up shit didn't happen. I'm saying that the possibility that it was actually just a mistake is possible.
Well, what's interesting was that my further research that I did, and the avenues that I go down, there were
Could someone buy me a
seismic.
beer? Anybody mind?
I think Sarah is in there. Oh no, she's
Yeah,
back in here.
Oh, thank you.
I got it.
Thank you, dude.
Ryan's got. He needs one too.
Hey, Ryan.
But
Move to?
One?
yeah.
Thank you.
There was seismic activity. I know it's Hawaii and it's on a volcano and stuff.
Yeah, right.
But where a submarine with nuclear weapons would or ballistic weapons would be, there was an explosion underwater that they deemed was big enough to.
Sorry.
was big enough to register on some kind of geological surveying.
There's this one.
But how fucked up is that computer program? Fucking
Well, that's the point.
Guitar Hero asks you 7 times if you're sure you want to play.
That's why I can't buy it. I can't buy that.
And they can't say, "Are you sure you want to
Thank
take a
you.
nuclear
I've seen
missile
stuff
alert?"
by the state, and it is totally possible. Alright?
Yeah. Well, there's this woman on YouTube who sort of fancies herself as like a I don't want to say like a conspiracy theorist reporter, but that's kind of what she comes off as. And according to her, and I have nothing to back this up, in order for that alert to even go out the way it did, it takes 5 different people in 5 different locations working together simultaneously to get that alert out.
This is some random
put my
thing.
gun
Saying
in.
this is like a random
Well,
YouTuber.
sip the rest
type.
out of it.
How does
She's got
she know what's
She's got 300,000 subscribers, so she's not just
I
random.
just read a Wikipedia entry that said Awesome Talk rules.
You know what I mean, right?
But to the same, so does the people eating Tide Pods. So, like, just to bring it, like, PewDiePie
Again.
has gabillions, and I wouldn't trust him with nuclear information.
I would trust him more than I would trust the current
Why? Because he's
government.
not from some shithole country?
Right.
The biggest problem from it all was that it was almost 38 minutes before anybody
That's
got
the
on the
problem.
air and said,
You're right.
"Hey, no, this
That's the
is
problem.
wrong."
Yeah. Kids are jumping down
But
manholes.
our government knew it was a mistake, like moments after it happened.
Right.
And they didn't
Thank
say
God
it.
Trump was on the golf course.
Our
Seriously.
president can't have his golf game,
Yeah.
you know, disturbed
They're
for
too
some
busy
for some
busy
damn
having
Hawaiian.
The
Block
best
the
though
view from the road.
is some of the anecdotal stories. One guy was complaining, I had to choose which of my kids to call. Why are you going to go and say that after the fact when you apparently can only call one of your kids?
You're the
What about
favorite.
the other kid?
I'm the favorite. I know it now.
I knew it all along.
The best thing that come out of it, not the best thing, but the major thing that come out of it is the litigation talk already murmuring. People with their PTSD and all stuff like that.
Word.
That's
That guy
what it
right
all
there.
comes down to these days. How many bucks?
He was looking forward to his Sophie's Choice, like 5 years ago. He's written that shit down.
The kid who
I'm
didn't
waiting
get
for-
called found
for-
out about
for
it on the
anything.
news while he was
Falling
online at
Star.
the grocery store buying
And you
fucking
had 38
Tide
minutes.
Pods.
Yeah,
30
he calls up
minutes
his
to get
brother.
a phone
Hey,
call
Dad's
from
in
kids.
trouble, and the brother's like, "Yeah, I know. He called to tell me he loved me." Click.
You suck.
38 minutes. You got time to
He
make
didn't
more
call
than one
me.
phone
Can
call.
I get another pack of Tide?
Give me another Tide bucket.
Just right in the aisle.
I'm not gonna pay for these. Make me.
Oh, how the tides have changed.
Let's see. We need to get
Oh,
Awesome
good
Talk
one.
300,000 subs, please. Please, that would be wonderful if that happened. Daniel Danson today, it was, let's see, for 20 minutes people thought they were going to die. That's true. It was a war of world type panic for 20, well, it was actually more like 40 minutes. Think beyond the pod. What's the next stupid thing? It's time for the Worms and Dirt Challenge. I feel like the Worms and Dirt Challenge already happened.
It was like the 50s. Like, they shoved
People
themselves
used
in
to
a
put
phone
the
booth
worm
and-
in their nose and pull it out their mouth.
Yeah.
You ever seen people do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And they got dirt on them.
Sorry, my hiccups.
I thought that was just a laugh.
People used to eat
That's a little
goldfish and, like,
presumptuous.
it's tons of shit like that.
Used to.
Now they call it sushi.
No, from what I
Small
started
portion.
reading, because the bad guys have been going down, and it wasn't like, it's all like, am I retarded?
Gotta want it.
There we go. I love that. Apparently the bad guys in the world have been going down and are going down, and like this was their last chance to like trigger World War III and blame North Korea and actually start it. And I kind of believe that narrative more than anything.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. If nothing blows up...
What's the thing? They blew up the submarine that was supposedly
How long do you hide in the sewer before you poke your head out and go,
Here's the thing.
I don't think anything's coming.
Maybe somebody forgot to check to see Trump's schedule, because 38 minutes was a long time for that guy to do something fucked up.
Well, that's why I don't think he knew it was going to happen.
No, he was out on the golf course. Trump was out on the golf course.
Yeah, he was golfing, yeah.
He was golfing. So,
But
For like his 200th
well,
night in a row.
you got to think the submarine that was like 38 miles out to do these missiles had to have been part of the military. And the military, there's factions of the military that
The
do
Canadian
fishing
military.
Canadian ones. Sure.
I mean, have you ever seen that show Thunder in Paradise with Hulk Hogan? Man? No, nobody. Hulk Hogan could pull that shit off.
I
They would
believe
have
it.
stopped the shit from
Here's the
happening.
thing, Dan.
Thunder
They're
would have
running
fucked
the
that
drill.
shit up.
So but they're always running the drill when this shit happens. You know that.
Right,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
want to run the drill.
Right.
So there is a reason for it.
challenge
Michael
These
Knight.
submarines like out
Knight
there,
Rider.
all that sort of stuff.
Right. Hold on.
The next challenge should be the railroad spike to the head.
You guys can't tell I was raised by UPN 9. Jesus.
The railroad spike to the head challenge. So does that mean you have to put it in your own head, or you got to get a
Yes.
friend to do it for you?
Nah, own.
That's hard.
Man up or go home.
I don't think the universe is not ridiculous. So
If it's easy, it's not a challenge.
I would do it.
Right.
It's just being stabbed with a railroad.
Yeah,
spike.
if it's easy, it's not a challenge.
Yeah, you're right.
There's got to be some sort of hurdle. To get
Yeah, no. You need something like jumping off a roof onto a bed of railroad spikes.
Oh,
Something like
yeah. And try to live. Whoever lives wins.
Like
No man, no one wins.
You first.
Yeah, right.
If you live, the person that lives is the loser in that scenario.
Right. And then they got to walk around and carry all that shame around for the rest of their
No,
lives.
the guy
I can't believe I started this game.
No,
I can't believe my friends agreed to
Say
it.
nothing about the railroad spike.
The guys who jump onto a bed
go
of
through a
railroad
attack
spikes
there.
are the losers in that scenario.
It's no different than Tide Pods. I guess.
You tell people the rest of your life that they were stupid enough to jump off jump off a roof onto railroad spikes. You have to come up with something like, I don't know, was taken prisoner and put into an Iron Maiden or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta be pretty
like it's always an awkward pause. Like guys looking at you like, so what happened?
Yeah. What do you mean?
I can do this really good trick where I can spit beer out of my cheek.
You see how hard it is to keep this in my mouth. You got to drink beer and then pinch your cheeks up real quick. Like, what are you doing? You're like, what am I doing? And you let go, and the beer's like.
Get it? Yeah.
All right, okay. Thank you.
One more time, just to make sure.
There we go. Okay.
You know, statistically, one of us is on
It-
Tide Pods right now.
It's a bad. It's a bad drinking problem. It's a drinking problem. So, wait, hold on a minute. Let's see. Think beyond the pod. What's the next stupid thing? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a new T-shirt design. Think beyond the pod.
Whether or not they win or lose, society wins. Let's see. Put the railroad spike on the ground below a bridge, jump off, and try to hit it with your face. Whether they win or lose, society wins.
Oh, it's a targeting challenge. I like that.
Yeah.
I think
It's a lawn dart.
we can all fair play.
It's not like-
Yeah, it's a reverse lawn.
It's not suicide if it's a competition.
human horseshoes.
It's not
You gotta
suicide.
impale
It's a
them.
competition. Oh
Almost
my
a
god.
sport.
It's not suicide if it's a competition.
It's human horseshoes. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's just launching humans.
Human horseshoe.
At a spike. You just launch humans at a spike. That's it. That's all we're doing.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
Human
Hey, climb into this big tube. Why? You'll figure it out.
Just shut up.
I'll play.
Done.
Human horseshoes.
I'll play.
Let's do it.
Thank God that was the kid I didn't like
Yeah.
and
What
didn't
kid
call.
do you like?
Yeah. Because I wanted to be a star. Oprah's president, folks.
I don't know.
There's nothing to not know. It's a terrible idea.
I know it's a terrible idea. It's terrible. As soon as
I thought you
that,
said Oprah is president. I just went, okay, this is where we're at now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Everyone
I've been
gets a free
sleeping
card.
as soon as that became like a whisper, like so much backlash happened immediately.
Perfect. Good. I'm
Right.
glad. Because what it tells me is that the population of human beings is
wise.
getting maybe a little tiny bit smarter.
Right, like just immediately the first meme I saw was like, wait,
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
it was like a rewind of the people like against Trump being like, wait, a television star billionaire can't be president. That's not fair.
Right.
And then wait, oh, but Oprah, yeah, let's do that. And that was the first meme I saw when I woke up. I'm like, all right, what did Oprah do today?
Here's the
and that's
allure.
what I had to see.
The allure is that Oprah comes off as more of a humanitarian at least.
We'd
Now,
all get
I-
cars. I know that. We'd all have cars. You get a car, you get a car. We'd all have cars. Like,
I can't believe that you got health insurance. You
You
got health insurance.
You got
Everybody got health insurance.
Wait, you gotta look under your chair first, though, because some of you might not have health insurance.
Yeah.
But she's gonna
Get the-
she's gonna have to compete with Kanye.
This is where we're at.
Hold on, go
This is
ahead.
where, there are a few things with Oprah where it says if this is where it's at now, this is, this at least 10 steps up. The fact that she grew up poor,
Right.
and
But she's a Build-A-Burger, though.
what's that? I don't understand, but she wasn't always Build-A-Burger. Okay? She's
Y'all weren't always Build-A-Burgers.
Well, most of them were. Most of them grew up with money, man. Okay?
Word.
And so, or they were rich white kids, okay?
But is it
And
worse
I'm
that
not-
you
I'm not
chose to be
advocating-
in the
I'm not
Build-A-Burger?
I'm not advocating Oprah. What I am saying is that the reason why so many people are willing to buy into that weren't willing to buy into Trump is that you see her, you would see her every day for 2 hours, for years, for decades.
Right.
What she's doing, helping people, and you know she has an understanding of the human condition.
Yeah.
Whether it's fake or not, I don't know. Okay,
Right.
but I'm just saying I can see where the disconnect comes in between people that were so you know the disparity between people that weren't for Trump. Of course, liberals are way worse than fucking right wingers. Right wingers, at least you expect that shit from liberals. Somewhere made a left turn, and they're now just as fucking jackbooted as
You're absolutely
as
right.
right wingers.
Absolutely right.
But I can see the space for people to be more comfortable with an Oprah president than me. See, not me. She never even did anything political. At least Ronald Reagan was head of the Screen Actors Guild before he became governor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. But I'm just saying.
He was also so willing to be a puppet.
Well, like the second thing that I saw when the Whisper was like, oh, she can run, was immediately just like I was just bombarded with her like kissing the cheek of Weinberg and like hanging out at all the Academy Award. But meanwhile, she just gave that speech at the Golden Globes saying like, what is it? It's over or time's up. And she just had a big thing about that. I'm like, well, you're his buddy, like, and there's these pictures of like her introducing him to like young women, and she has
but again, to what extent is she his buddy? Like, let's be fair for a second. Like, there's something that I did in the last election that I now feel, well, maybe now in hindsight, I thought it was fair at the time that I didn't think it was fair. Now I kind of think it's fair again. But my point is, there was this picture floating around of Hillary Clinton at Donald Trump's wedding. You also have the videos of Hillary Clinton floating around where she says she's against same-sex marriage. So I look at, now I don't like Hillary Clinton, I certainly motherfucking do not endorse Hillary Clinton, but I will say this, you tell me, in your honest opinion, is it fair to look at something that somebody said 15, 20 years ago and still attribute that to their personality
absolutely.
now?
Absolutely.
I'm the same person.
Hitler.
I'm the same person I've been since I was a kid.
Earlier, he was like, man, I left my
I'm a little bit smarter than when I was a kid, but I was.
Of course,
none of your opinions have changed at all.
Well, no.
Right,
Yeah,
like,
they may have,
well, no,
but core beliefs or the things that drive you may not. So these things,
Well,
some things
no,
are
but
pathological.
why
but a
no,
core
no,
belief is not intellectual property.
Well, the problem is that people believe what these fucking people say in the first fucking place.
I agree with that too. Totally.
That's the underlying issue, is
Yeah,
that you
right.
think they're telling the fucking truth.
Yeah, they're all
That I agree
friends.
If you thought
Yeah,
in
they're
the
all
90s
buddies.
when she said she was against it, she was trying to get some fucking redneck to back her on something.
Right,
exactly.
You know, and now when she says she's for it, she's trying to get a liberal to back her on. They're playing a game. That's what politicians do. They play
yeah, they all
games.
do
It's poker.
It's poker. It's bluff.
Politics.
It's bluff.
Politics,
Don't bluff.
yeah.
It's fucking politics.
You're totally
and
right.
now it's not even politicians doing it. It's fucking reality TV stars.
But,
But I mean, the reason that happens is because all of us are dumb enough to sit
that's
there and
exactly
go,
what I was gonna
"That
say.
sounds good."
You get the
Okay.
choice of leaders that you deserve as a populist.
Exactly.
People don't come out
dude.
with followings without people actually supporting their beliefs.
You
No
always
matter how
get,
fucking radical
dude.
shit
You
is.
can say whatever the fuck you want about the electoral college and the fucking government and democracy in this country, but one thing you cannot argue with is you always get exactly what you fucking deserve. Exactly.
No, like elections nowadays turned into a fucking popularity contest.
Sorry to be a bummer.
When you were in high school,
You always
voting
get
for class
exactly
president.
what you got coming to you in
no,
the end.
Nobody cared about the fucking issues.
I don't know. I think
His
we're
person was the
smartest
most
we've ever
popular,
been.
so.
Well, we're waking up.
Oh
after the
no,
last
but we're
election.
getting dumber.
I
and
think-
dumber.
Don't forget Pedro won.
I think we're, as a
Oh, okay,
nation,
that's
I
true.
think there's way more people that are more aware to the bullshit. I think.
Well, and after
And that's
the
the
last
good
election,
thing.
it's
That
gonna
was
be
some of the
something
good
that came out.
things, yeah.
People are taking the vote more seriously next
Yes,
time.
and I
They're
do.
gonna weigh what the
yeah,
bigger
they're not going to
picture-
vote for Harambe in Philadelphia and make Hillary.
Hold
lose
on. Let me say
Pennsylvania.
something. You say no, and I want to tell you how much I respect that opinion. That people are not changing. They're not getting smarter than to vote for Oprah. And to an extent, I believe that. But I will say this: the public backlash against the idea of Oprah has shown me that maybe people are finally at least weary of their choices.
A lot of things.
I
haven't
am sorry
seen
to,
a single
cut you
person.
off, but I guarantee if the election for president was this November,
Right.
and Oprah was in the running, she would fucking win.
But hold on, that's saying that we went through the whole process of having 8 Democrats that already went. There were debates, there was votes, there was. She would have had to manipulated, moved, played,
Yes.
and gamed her way to that spot.
To
It
be
can't just-
considered.
You can't
You
just
can't
talk
just
about
walk in
Oprah
and be like,
being
"My
president
turn."
tomorrow.
Yeah.
You have to sit there and say, could she run in for you?
Here's the question,
Definitely.
though. Here's the
Yeah.
question.
I don't
Are-
think she'd get
Are
far.
Democrats in a place now where they would play that game?
Yes, they would.
Are Democrats learning a lesson from the Republicans by saying, "Hey, reality TV stars are where it's at right now.
Depends on who else
Jersey
they got
Shore.
considered.
Yeah, Jersey Shore. Still for president. The Democrats might actually make.
Hell
Snooki for
no,
president.
JWoww, motherfucker.
Look, maybe
I think there are far more people in this country who think they're smarter than there are people who are actually smarter.
Right there.
From 10 years ago.
True.
You know, there's a lot more
I'm
ways
not
to
gonna
information.
choose
I
that.
think-
I think that there are.
People are still being fed
This is maybe me being a
No, I'm saying
naive and
they're still being fed
optimist,
the
but
same
I
bullshit
honestly
just
think
because
that
you're
people are
getting
way
it from 10
smarter now than
places.
they've ever been.
No, here's the problem.
Soundbite society.
Let me hold on. I want to.
I know Tide
I told
Pods
you
is-
this recently. Yeah, Tide Pods is a
Yeah,
problem.
besides that, there's way more smart. I'll cheers you anyway.
But this is what I said. I said this to you the other day. We were talking about voting, and like, I didn't like unload at you. I was unloading to
no,
you. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? And I said, you know, with everything that went on, what disturbed me most about the last election, for everything that we saw and everything that we witnessed, that anybody voted Republican or Democrat, I think is an atrocity. I think the fact that we watched this election be rigged on both sides, we watched both sides cheat their fucking asses off, and everybody still rooted for their own for their football fucking team.
I don't feel like
Yeah.
there was evidence on the Republican side
I agree.
of voting problems. If you look at the incremental voting that you saw with Hillary Clinton, the only possible mathematical way for that to happen is if some of her votes counted as 1.5 votes.
Well, no, the
And,
DNC
I mean, you
between
can see
Bernie
this
and her was
clear
where.
line. It
Yeah.
shouldn't just go straight. Like
Right.
It was
What's
very
really
obvious.
sad-
I don't like Republicans.
And now she's being indicted
But
Right.
on over 11
Who, what?
counts.
For her.
Wait, no,
Hillary Clinton's being indicted by the FBI
She's
for
getting.
bribery and
It's going to get
espionage.
way worse. There's going to
It's
be
going
so
to get
much
way worse.
She just her house burned down in northern New York, and
And what was in it?
well, but
Thank
what was
you.
crazy?
Right
The
there.
fire department showed up, and the Secret Service had already shut it down, put out the fire. And when the fire department went through it, they all this is actually like literally crazy. They just found servers and computers and bits of computers.
I'm
Like, she-
retiring from politics,
Right.
effective immediately.
Like she just keeps getting worse and worse. It's not even like a lot of time
Right.
goes by. It's just like immediately getting awful and awful and awful.
But here's what
Bill's
kills
like, Hillary, why do we have to go for the money, honey?
Wait,
So much
wait,
pussy,
I
so
have
much
to-
coke. Why do we have to go
I
for the money?
I want to rewind. I want to rewind and say one thing while we were talking about
Okay.
like election stuff, and then I want to say one other thing, which is fascinating to me.
Canada
But-
sucks. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, we already know. I should just wear that shirt.
You're
Canada sucks.
sitting next to
everything.
a guy in an outfit white shirt. So, I don't know if you know
Yeah, fucking bring.
He didn't say
So-
comics. He just said Canada.
So, what a lot of people didn't realize in the last election, and this is why I was like pushing it so hard, and I've always been a libertarian forever. But if the Libertarian Party
You
got
were
to
born
five,
libertarian?
I was. That's why I got these golden locks. Like it was great.
I have to
The first libertarian church
express
of
my disappointment in the Libertarian
No,
Party.
Well, no, what my disappointment in the American people was that all the Libertarian Party had to do was get to 5% of the voters, and they would have gotten the same funding that the Democrats and the Republicans would have gotten in any other future election.
Can I tell you something?
And that's why I was like, just vote Libertarian
They'll
if you can.
never get it because they won't let them.
It's like
I don't buy the system. I have a big problem. George Bush stole the election 2 times. We watched him do it in real time. The DNC cheated Bernie Sanders. We watched that happen. You can watch videos of that.
And then their,
you can
and
watch
then their
videos.
candidate got
So
cheated.
voting
You can watch a
doesn't matter.
video. There's a video that took place at some DNC rally, right? There was a Hillary Clinton voter there. And he had like his little Hillary Clinton like fucking, sign or whatever the hell. And you know they do that thing where like people cheer for what candidate they want more, and it was like clearly the building was for Bernie. And then they gave it to Hillary, and he looked at the camera and he ripped up his paper and he said, "I'm a Hillary supporter, but fuck this. This isn't fair."
No,
This
I
is
know,
not right."
no.
And he walked away.
Dude,
Well,
I thought
there
the
was-
speech that he
there
gave
was-
when by not being, not being an egomaniac, going, I know when I'm beat, I know it's and I'm beat by my own party, and he walked out there and he still tried to put on a facade of hey, unity. So I don't want you
Right.
guys to
Here's why-
use
here's
me.
why, though. I
don't want you guys to use me as a way to fracture
No,
this.
you're
You
right,
know,
exactly.
like yeah.
But I also feel like
He
he pussied
knew he
out.
was fucked.
Bernie Sanders pussied out.
No,
I said
no,
that
no,
from
no,
the
he
get-go.
didn't push you out.
He
Here's
did. No,
the
he
deal,
didn't.
dude.
No.
Look, can I say something?
He's
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
a
yeah.
game.
He knew that
Maybe.
if he knew that 4 or 5% went to independent voters, that Donald Trump was going to win. This is exactly what fucking happened.
Right.
Okay? So he knew that. So as the last stand up there, he said, "You know what? You guys toasted me, but please let's not toast the country." That is what fucking happened. That's
Yeah.
why he went up there.
He
'cause
didn't
knew that's
pussy
exactly
out. He manned up. He took it like a fucking. He took a loser's role like a winner.
parties
He
drew
walked up
enough-
and went, "Fuck it." Look,
One
just-
of my
please.
favorite memes ever was when Hillary won. It was like one of his it was either his home state. Well, he's from New Hampshire or Vermont. I forget. Vermont. So I think it was New Hampshire. So it was like they had 13 delegates, and it was like Bernie won 9 of the delegates. Hillary won 4, but Hillary won New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And
Bernie did it the whole time.
Bernie gets schooled in how socialism works. And I was just like, I looked at that, I was like, oh, that's actually kind of funny.
It is, but he's also mischaracterized as a socialist. Man, he's a socialist Democrat.
I know.
Well, that's what they all.
Democratic
socialism.
You're right.
That's
Yeah.
so out of control. But Bernie wasn't.
It was
getting
funny
votes in the
when
middle
I
of the country.
read it.
People in the middle country won't even watch Seinfeld because of the Jew writers on the Jew show. I've had people in South Jersey say this. There's no way Bernie was getting votes in the middle of the country.
Yeah, that's true. I knew that from the get-go.
Right,
I
exactly.
just knew that.
And so that was another reason why he just sat up there. He had to know that as well.
Yeah.
But
Barack Obama when he was black.
He did what he came to do.
Because it was
No, that's
overwhelming, though.
that's
A
different.
lot
That's
of people.
different.
Why? That's
Because there's
different.
blacks all
Because
throughout
he
the
was.
country.
Yeah, there's more.
I get that.
No,
Wait,
they
wait, what
beat
you-
the
wait,
streets
what
in
you
the
don't
most
understand.
historic drumming
Around the world,
of
it's not
disenfranchised
even.
voters.
It's not even a United States thing. Around the world, people don't even believe the Holocaust happened. And I'm not even talking like a little bit.
Which
I'm
is
talking
ironic.
like.
Did you guys? What is it? The new Dave Chappelle that he released New Year's.
I watched half of it.
At one point, he looks up and he goes, "So, like many black Americans in this country, the first time I voted was 8 years ago."
Right.
That should tell you all you need to know about why Barack won. Those people did not fuck with the electoral system. They didn't. They were like, there's no reason for us to say shit. They're not fighting for me.
Oh, go ahead.
Epically, that was the first time Democrats got results in the South because of black voters.
The Hispanic community begged the DNC for money. Please give us a few thousand open storefronts. We'll bring you the vote. And they failed miserably with the Hispanic vote. And instead, they're counting balloons and hiring Jay-Z and Beyonce. And that was a failure of the DNC. They could have won. There were so many reasons they could have won. But Bernie didn't lay down and die. Bernie stood up like John the Baptist. He came because afterwards he started talking about town meetings. And
I gotta tell you something.
You get 1,500 people in a room with your local supporter, and you tell him the way it is. And that fucking guy's gonna go that way because he sees all the local people. He knows that's what's holding his seat. But people have to do that.
Here's why.
He sat there and was like, Hillary is the best candidate. Vote for her. Like he did bow down. He did die. He did.
No. When he was eliminated, and it became Hillary versus Trump.
Exactly.
And then lost that way.
Yeah, but listen, Dad.
Yeah, it would have lost though, but then it would have wound up the same way anyway. So he didn't alienate from his party. That's it.
Here's the thing. You know what's weird to me?
What Bernie did is the way politics have worked for the past 25 to 30 years in this country. Nobody votes for the right candidate. They vote against the wrong candidate. Bernie could have run as an independent, and he probably would have gotten a shit ton of votes, but he would not have won. And the odds he played in his head were, do I risk splitting the vote with Hillary and handing Trump the win, or do I try to coalesce the Democratic Party to fight against the guy who's clearly
He tried to unify.
Here's what I would have liked.
People
Here's what I would have liked.
his
I would
enemy.
have liked Bernie Sanders really getting outside the box and grabbing the microphone and going, "Hi, I was screwed out of this race."
Right, that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
Grab some fucking balls and be
I don't
a fucking
care
man.
about politics.
Who
because
cares?
I'm 38 years old, and every year that I've been alive.
All right.
He's a bigger man than that. Here's why. He's a bigger man.
Here's the other thing.
He's a bigger man than that because he said, you know what? I got screwed, but fuck this, because I'll disenfranchise all these people. For as many, the small sliver that he's going to disenfranchise that were like so staunch, like, fuck, he's a jerk off. He inspired others to say, never again. This is going to happen again. And he went out and started talking.
I respect what you're saying.
He's still working right now.
If he went and said, I got screwed and acted like a sore loser, it would have disenfranchised people.
Whoa. Yes.
Hold on a minute.
Let me finish?
Yeah, finish.
Okay. People were on the precipice of just walking away from voting altogether. Okay,
they did.
No, some people did. A small sliver did. A huge amount more would have done that if he did not swallow his own fucking guts and say, you know what, I'm looking better to the betterment of this country. And that's the problem with the system. It's a 4-year thing. So you have to be, unless you're planning for fucking years and years and years, like it used to be, when you're in the system and you learn the system and you grow together with the others. That's why Obama was fucking ineffective. He couldn't reach across the goddamn aisle. He was an absentee senator from fucking junior senator from Illinois. All right. So Bernie knew this. He was a politician all his life, and he knew All I want to do is educate the next fucking group of people coming in. Because you know what? Maybe they'll learn from me throwing myself on the fire.
I respect it, and I
He didn't
respect
throw
what you're
himself on
saying,
the fire.
but
He did
listen to
throw
me.
himself on the
The
fire.
reason
Yes,
why
he did.
Donald Trump
He
won.
absolutely
Donald
did.
Trump
He was
won.
going real
Throw
hard
himself on the
against it.
fire. He would have been. He
Let me
would
ask you
never
guys something.
said.
I'm talking
He would have
about
never
the
said.
fire.
I wouldn't have supported
Let me ask you guys something.
I am talking
Okay.
about. I am talking about at the convention.
What-
When he threw
Hold on,
himself
but I
Right.
want to ask you something.
I
wanna
want
ask
someone to
everybody
throw. Wait, real quick. When throwing on the fire, I want a politician to be like, "Hey, this guy's fucked up. This guy's fucked up."
That's what
this,
Trump did.
Right.
So, and he won.
Bernie Sanders gave him the
Yeah,
gave
but
him
imagine
a.
if Bernie
Sanders should have been
Can
more
I
like
explain to you
Trump.
why Hillary?
Whoa, no.
Do you think any
Wow,
of Bernie
no.
Sanders- any
That's-
Bernie
sorry.
supporters
No.
didn't know that already? Would he be treating?
No, I don't.
He'd be preaching to the fucking his own disciples, and he knows you got to go above and beyond that. You got to go for the greater good because this country is.
It
fucked.
didn't
We're
work.
so divided.
Oh god, it's
It
just
didn't
that's-
work. How do you know it didn't work?
that's
We
not.
still have-
It
Alright,
doesn't
wait,
matter.
Donald
It
Trump's
doesn't matter
president.
though. You guys aren't talking, but then
it-
nobody's
it-
talking
it-
about. Here's the
it was-
thing.
It was screwed then because it was screwed then.
Nobody's talking about politics anymore.
All
Or
right.
policy.
Wait,
They're
Rick,
talking
what do you
about
want to say? I'm sorry, I
popularity.
didn't mean to interrupt you.
Whoa.
I didn't mean to be like, "Yo, let me go first."
Election, okay? Yes, we got screwed for the two reasons I just gave you. The fucking independents got more than 4.5% of the vote, okay? And
Yeah, more than that.
Hillary refused to reach out to the respond to the Latino community. Reach out.
And
If neither one of those things happened,
I think you're right.
Hillary would be president, which might even be worse because she's fucking insidious. At least at this point, it's like if we don't blow shit up, we know shit's
I
getting
like
blown
what
up.
Epic Film guys. Everyone votes for the one they dislike the least, and the Democrats vastly underestimated how much the country hates Hillary Clinton.
That's true, yeah.
And that's what happened.
You know
And
what's
Bernie
fucked up?
I'm not
Sanders,
saying
Bernie
that's wrong.
Sanders threw himself on the fire, knowing this, running a more effective campaign, outwitting her at every fucking
It was
inch,
gonna
drawing
get-
more
it was gonna
people. But when you realized it was rigged against him, instead of screaming like a fucking
Listen
baby
to me.
about it, he went,
There is a
listen.
difference between losing
I can work
and
with this
pointing
one.
out that someone's cheating you.
No.
He did. He
but there's
called
a-
out the
yeah,
Koch brothers. He
there's
called
difference.
out a lot of
But wait,
people.
there's a
And
difference
that's
Forever, I'm going to perceive Bernie as a fucking pussy.
Well,
And I'll
that's-
never vote for him.
That's-
He didn't
that's-
call it out.
that's-
Oh, that's
This
your, oh, yeah.
is-
That's your
this
opinion
Hold on,
now.
this guy's been trying to talk.
This is
That's just
what
my
Bernie
my
did
personality.
It's
Like,
okay.
he's
He
throwing me. I'm
tried
gonna
to
pull
put
it out.
country over party. When you have already lost
I think
the
he
nomination,
did in a way.
when you
I
have
agree
already
100%.
lost the nomination, and there is no shot that you're going to be the Democratic representative,
Right.
you have two choices. You say either I'm fucking burning my house down and taking everybody with me, or at least trying to help your side win. Whether or not you believe that the person representing your party is the best choice, he was still trying to help his
It's called
side
teamwork.
win
It's
by
attacking-
trying to
but
coalesce.
people like me don't
he
care
could
about
have gone
party.
home,
Right,
but
me
you
too.
can't
But
go
also,
home and
Yeah.
throw
also,
it up every
you
night
guys are
that
forgetting
So,
history.
once again, but when you
Hold
say
on,
no,
hold
but you
on,
have
hold
to
on.
be
He's been
careful.
trying to talk. He's been trying to get something out.
No.
But tagging into what he's saying, Bernie has to go back to his state and work. And do you think
Right,
the
right.
person he wants to get in there in 4 years, the person he backs, whether it's him, whether it's his best friend, whether it's his colleague, he's got to work with the party again.
Don't
So
point to him like I don't know what the fuck he's
Right.
saying. Like,
I want to say one thing.
The Democratic Party at
I
that
wanna
point
say
in time
one
serves
thing.
Go ahead.
nobody.
Almost immediately, even before the election happened, the DNC rigging came out in the news, mainstream news. I'm talking CNN, I'm talking Fox, both. So that was
And we all
Bernie's
watched it.
Right, and that was Bernie's opportunity to be like, "Fuck you! I'm not backing you anymore.
And
you
now
rigged
I
this
don't
shit."
have a job.
And he didn't.
Here's the
And
thing.
he
should
cares?
not have done it.
He doesn't. He has a
Here's
right
why you're
world.
right and why you're right and why you're right. At the DNC convention is not the place to do it. 12 months before it, when he knew they were cheating, they were fucking him, that was the time to fucking
when
do
he
it.
still had a shot to win the nomination.
Well, that was when
when
the Clintons had a lot of
and
power.
I agree with
Here's
that.
what else is interesting
but
to me.
once that is no longer on the table, you either
And
try to get
I've
your
been-
There's
I've
a,
been following-
and not for nothing, there's a timeline in play there. A lot of things were done right up to the
News channels have been posting these things lately on their Facebook pages going, who would you vote for in 2020? And the overwhelming amount of people that write Bernie Sanders still is sort of blowing my mind a little bit.
I think Phone Guys has a good
I don't
comment.
know why. Hold on.
They said Bernie
Bernie could have fought for a better
seat
seat at the table. Like, why was he not Hillary's VP candidate?
Well,
if he had been,
Hillary
here's
sealed
why.
that
Here's
thing.
why. Because he's not as twisted as fucking Hillary, and Hillary wouldn't
No,
have
he's not
been.
gonna sit by and let all that shit go down. Like
And he
Hillary.
just got
Hey,
smoked by
wait,
her and all her
wait.
people,
There's
too.
history.
The tarmac, the tarmac.
There's history to Hillary's VP candidate. He was the director of the DNC 4 years ago, and they agreed to rigging the election. And he was like, "I'm not going to do it unless you promise me something." And she was like, "VP," and he was like, "All right, I'll do it." And that's when what's her face stepped down.
Who?
I gotta go back and research. There's something.
Bring me some facts.
I gotta bring you some facts. I know there's a story. It's been so long since I read it. I know the story exists.
I'm sorry,
We need
folks.
to break it.
I love this conversation. I love this back and forth. I love screaming at each other. I want to have a big Clinky. Everybody bring the Clinky.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta cut. Tony, Clinky. I want to cut to the first break. The first break is a encore performance.
Yeah, me too.
From hold on, guys.
I got
Encore
the nicotine
performance
sweats over here.
from Keith Kenny, Frankie V, Mike Chicks of Ice in the Face. We will be back. We will be back in about 25 minutes. So hit subscribe and hit the like button and share this if you're on fucking Facebook or fucking YouTube, whatever. And bingo bango. We'll be back in like 25 fucking minutes. Matt Clahosi, let me know when we're out, Clahosi.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want me to play a little something?
The guy with 2 first names.
So this is the first track on the new album. It's called Forgetting the Differences. Oh, where do we begin? Not speaking a word. The rain dances in our heads. I never understood the storm, but neither did she. It's not about you and me. What we learn together could break apart the sea. Sink to the bottom, the water rises to the top. Maybe we'll hear them tomorrow, if the storm will ever stop. So I am forgetting the differences we've had, forgetting the differences we've had, forgetting the differences we've had, forgetting all of the differences we've had. Thanks.
Wow. Nice.
Thank you so much. That was great.
My pleasure.
That was awesome.
That was awesome, dude. That was really awesome. So, dude, thank you so much.
Oh man, thanks for having me. It was great to be here.
Oh shit, yeah. Yo.
I'm the Doctor of Doom, watching them through optical zoom. You could telescope, got binocular view. Cock it, boom, I can hit you from on top of the moon with a rocket launcher at your block for getting shot with your goons. I pretend that I'm a janitor, unlocking your room at the ER, then beat you with the mop and the broom. You're probably sued, but it ain't for bad hospital food, cause you're a fruit up in court like tropical juice. Redneck style, when I handle the metal. Double barrel in the forest, you could dance with the devil. Bullets flying through the trees like when you slam on the pedal. You'll get led in the woods like Hansel and Gretel on an animal level. When I pick your convertible up into the air and then I'm flipping it vertical. You don't wanna see me angry cause I'm itching to murder. I'll have a dickhead shook like when I piss in the urinal. So y'all better be armed heavily, kinda like a long centipede. If y'all step to me off Hennessy, better than that, better be getting the remedy at 7-Eleven, get him a sack, mentally getting my energy back. You're not realer with skill, I'm a lot iller. I got killers that fill up the spot. You got Skrilla that drop every bill in your pocket. You got still I have my squad stopping at your whole block like Godzilla or King Kong suspenseful. With the instrumental, I'm gripping the pencil and slipping the clip in the metal. This kid is a rebel that mixed together with a bit of the devil. Get slugged like when I finish sipping the rebel. It's bum fights. Y'all know I got business to settle. Get slumped like when the fists to get leveled and punch night. If you're getting disrespectful like a monk with a blunt when I hit him in the temple.
Thanks, guys. Love y'all. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. No pun intended.
I love the second that you're done with people. Right, stop, it's just like
I don't know, but this is it's a good song. It's about day-to-day life in Asbury Park, actually. So it's pretty much there. So here it is.
Early morning in the city of ashes, waking up to the morning show, going downstairs to greet the pavement. I gotta walk helicopter Jones, got the coffee and the morning paper. I'm seeing people that I kind of know, street sweeping away the garbage, all in front of the convenience store. I'll go anywhere you wanna go. I'll go anywhere you wanna go. Afternoon in the city of ashes, there's never any fucking place to park. Shadows moving from bench to bench, smoking cigarettes and talking art. What do people all do for their money during the day when I'm at my desk? Skateboarding amongst the garbage, riding mopeds all over the trash. Well, I'll go anywhere you wanna go. 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 Late night in the city of ashes, seeing people I don't wanna know. Walking crooked and driving reckless, headed to the convenience store. I got a sandwich and coconut water. I gotta walk Helicopter Jones, spinning ceilings above the mattress, drifting off to the danger zone. Well, I'll go anywhere you wanna go. And I'll go anywhere you wanna go. I'll go anywhere you wanna go. And I'll go anywhere you wanna go.
That's it.
Nice. Awesome, dude. Kick-ass,
Thank you.
man. Dude, thank you so much for being here tonight, man. This has been really...
You're listening to us. And the bass.
So I'm going to go to an article.
Do it.
I was going to read the headline, but it kind of is unnecessary because I'd rather explain what's going on.
Okay.
Because I've seen this pop up in like 4 different news stories now. So you know, like the Tide Pods, the little
Yeah.
bubbles that you throw into the laundry to fucking wash your clothes, right? Well, evidently Canada needed to put out like a health warning because there's something called like the Tide Pod Challenge.
Oh, good.
And teenagers are swallowing them.
What's the challenge if you can swallow the whole bag?
Like
or
how
like-
many? How many can you swallow? The reminder comes because people are taking. Basically, people are taking the Tide Pods, like pictures of them,
Okay.
and they're integrating them into food as a joke. Like they're putting them on pizzas, they're putting them in Oreo cookies. You know what I mean? It's actually a pretty amazing campaign. And teenagers are taking it like seriously, and they're eating fucking.
So they have to put out like a public service announcement of like, don't eat these pods.
Now, I personally feel like. Fuck the public service announcement. Please let them eat these.
Yeah.
Like, eat a whole fucking container of
People
them.
are hungry for pods.
Yes, and who the fuck are we to tell them no? But I just feel like, you know, if we get rid of all these assholes now, we don't have to deal with them later. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think one pod would kill you?
No. No, I feel
You
like
need,
you need like
Yeah.
a quarter of one container of pods. I feel
1,000 pods.
You need at least 8 pods to die.
All right.
For certain.
Yeah.
That's like the name of a Bruce Willis movie.
8 pods to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he like runs around a building with no shoes on. The warning is directed specifically at children. Now, let me just tell you something. Out of the articles that I read, that's a little bit bullshit.
Okay.
If you consider like a 17-year-old to be a child, then yeah, that's I guess so.
Sure.
But when you say children, I think like like the people we were just talking about throwing out the window.
Right.
Like that's a child.
That's a child.
You know what I mean?
Who like would probably just eat it without being filmed on YouTube, or would just like
Yeah.
eat it because it's there. you
Sure,
know?
and you can watch videos of like of teenagers like biting into them and like the soap's running out of their mouth and shit. And I'm like,
that sounds delicious.
yeah. So I don't know.
Your
I just-
insides
Like
are so
blueberry
clean.
flavored.
yeah, that's what that is. And
Blue
then like,
raspberry.
and then they like reached out to like Tide for a statement.
To say what? Don't fucking eat detergent.
Idiots are eating your product. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah,
We like
I
it.
think
Keep
you
buying
just
it.
covered. I think you just covered everything.
And Tide had to like explain that the colors that are used because they're the least appetizing.
Okay.
Like what? Like what kind of what study fucking figured that out? What are we doing?
Yeah, because they're usually like blue and yellow, I guess.
I thought
like,
they were blue and like an orangey color, and I don't know what's so unappetizing about them. They're the same colors as every fucking candy
They're
you
blue,
can
white,
buy.
and green.
It's like toothpaste.
Yeah, which is delicious.
Yeah.
You know, if you get the right stuff.
Sure.
But I don't know. I just kind of feel like a public service announcement's a real waste of funds.
Yeah. There's probably better, like, meth-based or heroin-based, like, things that, you know.
Things that matter.
Yeah.
You
Probably
know?
cost less, too, than those fucking things.
Yeah. Because, like, every time I hear, like, oh, millennials are jumping off of buildings for fun, we got to put out a public service announcement. I'm like,
It's
how about we
because
don't?
everything has to be extreme now to matter.
Yeah.
So, like, jumping off a building just feels like...
It's the only way I feel
like
alive,
our
man.
Version, it's like our version of their version of like, remember in high school, like kids would fucking put their hands on the desk and then like stab really fast in between them.
Yeah.
Like jumping off a building now is just that
Whatever,
version of
man.
that.
And then like before
yeah,
that,
it's
kids
just-
put like baseball cards in the spokes of their bikes, and that's devolved into eating Tide.
yeah, or jumping or whatever, stabbing themselves in the eyes.
Yeah.
and
Like they
filming it.
didn't have slap bracelets, so
Yeah, so
they need to
they
just shoot
missed out.
themselves in the head.
They missed out on the Jenkos.
Right.
So now they need
This
to...
is how I have to get extreme now. This is the only way I feel
Everything
anything.
has to be extreme in ways that people don't even realize it's happening.
Yeah.
Seriously, like think about it. Think of every time you hear someone try and tell you about an experience they had. They always say like it was the worst blah blah ever.
Yeah, it was the worst
it was
fucking
the
thing
it was the biggest blah blah
Right.
ever.
Yeah.
Like it always has to be the most of everything, or
Right.
people think that you don't care.
Right, in some other
Right.
country, some kid's eating a bowl of dead
So
flies.
there's
And he's
no,
like,
like-
was it the worst?
There's like no actual frame of reference and gauge.
There's no
anymore.
gauging here.
There's no just existing.
Yeah.
There's
Sometimes
either
it's just,
extreme or
you know.
nothing. But if everything's extreme, then fucking what is extreme?
Right.
Jumping off a building isn't.
Yeah. Because laundry detergent packets are small and often brightly colored. Okay, so this is a little bit different than the article that I read. Like, and the videos you can watch, I mean, these are like people like 16, 17 years old biting into these things with like the soap running out of the corner of their mouth and like...
It's like that cinnamon thing where you eat all the cinnamon and try not to die.
Oh,
Remember that?
yeah. You have to take like
when you add a
teaspoon of cinnamon.
Right.
Yeah.
Every minute.
And everybody coughs. So it was like...
Yeah, right.
And then it blows out every face orifice.
I think there's just too many people on YouTube. I think that's the problem. I think everything has to be kind of...
Dude, it's that content grind, man. You know what I mean? We got to put out that content.
Like the fucking dude that saw the dead body in...
Logan Paul,
yes.
man. I've been following that shit so much closer than I take pride in. Oh, my God. Let me tell you something. Watching that fucking moron and his idiot brother
it's just
absolutely
I don't
embarrass
understand
their
it.
illiterate selves on YouTube for views
I know.
is so painful.
Like, I'm too old to understand why that's good.
No,
I'm too
you're
old
not.
to understand
You're exactly
why
right.
people want you to hold their baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that-
right.
Yeah,
So
that's true
we
too.
all don't understand.
I'm not
a
sure
lot
which
of
one I understand less, Logan Paul or holding a baby.
I don't think I'm too old or I don't just understand anything
The
anymore.
point is just to do whatever seems like the next big thing, but there is no big thing left because you can go on the internet and see fucking people like slicing their dicks open and
Yeah.
stuffing Cheetos in it.
It's just,
Like,
just all
I
shock
mean-
value. It's
Yeah.
just shock value. And it's got to be real. Nobody
But not
wants
in a
their
fun way.
Yeah.
You know, there used to be shock value where it was like Jackass. Yeah, that's pretty shocking.
Yeah,
And
that's
now-
what I. Yeah, right.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, and that was a comparison I was making with the Paul brothers. Is I
Yeah.
was like, you know, Jackass. At least when you watch those guys, they were fucking cool. Like they were nice guys. They had
Yeah,
a
but they're
heart.
not cool to everybody.
They're
Just
just cool
because
to
you
us.
think they're cool doesn't mean they're fucking like that's
Watching
like
these
a pretty
two guys,
relative.
watching these two brothers with their bleached hair and their diamond earring in one ear, like it's 1996, and their Lamborghini
Yeah,
quote
but,
unquote rap
think of
video.
how many fucking people, thousands.
They're kids. It's kids. It's kids.
But why
shit.
do kids like it though? Like,
Because they're stupid.
Well-
Kids are stupid, so they like stupid shit.
I guess I liked some pretty
stupid.
stupid shit too when I was a kid.
I like stupid shit now, but when I do, I admit that it's like I get it. I'm like, oh, I like this even though it's terrible.
Right.
I understand, you know.
Or also, I'm old enough where if they did something awful and horrid, I'd be like, well, that was fucking terrible. Like, I
Yeah.
still wouldn't support it if it was like, that's just a bad choice. Like, don't show a dead body.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, what are you doing? You know, and he like got all like emotional, like fake emotional about it because he's a sociopath.
It's a public service announcement.
Yeah, what a douche. You can now get your boyfriend's face 3D printed on a sex toy this Christmas.
Perfect.
I guess this is just before Christmas. What I don't understand about it is
What face do you want your boyfriend to be making before it's added to your sex toy? Is it a coy smile? Are you
just natural? Just nothing.
Screaming.
Yeah.
And terror.
Are you pursing your lips? Like,
do I get to use like a character creator when I'm making the face? Like, do I get to like?
It's like an avatar.
Right.
It's like it's like a fucking me or whatever.
Yeah, it's exactly what it's like. It's exactly.
Or
what
is it
it's
just
like.
my dumb picture?
Yeah, right. Like you pick the picture. Like
yeah.
I'll make like 40 facial expressions. You take pictures of all of them, and then you pick. But then, like, you find out she picks one that's like weirdly unexpected. You're like, that's the face you picked to put up your vagina over and over again? I don't even understand this.
Who's like, what chick is like, oh my god, I love fucking you so much, I want to shrink your head down and shove that in too. Like, I don't know. It's just
The real thing
it's
is
really
right there.
unappealing to me. I don't see any point at all.
I feel like-
I feel like
yeah.
the amount of work that would go into doing that, like, it's so much more than is necessary.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to kind of question someone's general sensibilities who would fucking put your head on the end of their sex toy and jam it up inside of
It's
them.
on the
over and
end
over
of the
again.
sex toy?
Yeah, I think it basically just goes.
I thought it was like
I mean,
a real doll kind of situation where they took your face and like.
I don't,
No,
like,
like, he
it's-
made it
it's
sound
just
like
like
it
on a
was like-
dildo.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, well, that makes zero
It was like
sense.
a dildo with like a boyfriend head.
okay, yeah, that's basically what it is. So basically, okay, so think of it this way. This is what it looks
Think
like.
of you, but with a giraffe neck.
It's like a tiny.
And that
no, no.
would be the toy that would be would be
that
made.
sounds almost practical compared to what it really is. What it really is it's a tiny, weird, rubbery body
Okay.
with a head on top and a huge dick sticking out the front. So basically, you grab
So
your
that's the
boyfriend's
handle?
3D printed head and
Right,
body
okay.
and ram the dick part into yourself over and over again.
And
whenever-
he's all like, "Don't make it bigger than I really am."
yeah, right, yeah.
I'm jealous
She's
of
like,
my.
"Fuck you,
I'm
dude.
jealous
like,
of my
"No, I
3D
need to be
printed
satisfied."
sex
I'll
doll.
make you the way I wished you were."
Yeah, right. And you're like, oh, Jesus. And then she starts to like fucking the dildo of your head more than you.
That's just too much of me in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, me is
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
But
it's
to
enough.
have another one of me anatomically better in every way.
Yeah. He's just like, you know what? You use this, and I'll just
I'm good.
watch Doctor Who. There you go. You just this is mini me.
Enjoy yourself.
It's here to handle business while I do whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Jesus Christ, dude.
Not a great Christmas gift.
I feel like it's not a great Christmas gift, but
At least to open in front of
More
everyone.
of an Easter present.
it would be like a funny one to handle like to like a girl's grandma. Like, oh, whoops. Hey,
Here's
what
my
do you-
here's my face on a weird dick.
Yeah, on a weird purple
It
body.
would just kind of look like your face with a giant dick tongue.
No, you don't understand. It's a tiny, like a troll body.
Yeah.
With a giant dick coming out the front, but the troll body has a
your
head
head.
on top. So imagine this is a body with a head
understand.
and a dick pops out here. Yeah. A dick part, whatever.
Like, when you're talking about center of gravity and stuff like that, like I feel like the dicks have their limits unless the head has to get bigger.
It's weighted.
I mean,
That's
you
what
can't
she
have an
said.
enormous dick and then have the head be like
So small.
the size of it, like dice.
But it's wearing clogs, so it like it keeps it
With big
the
wingtips.
The center.
It's
yeah.
wearing Crocs.
Yeah.
Clog Crocs.
Wing-tipped croc clogs.
It's wearing like cowboy Crocs.
Yeah. Cowboy. Oh, man. You might have just broken into a new market. Let's see.
The Westworld Croc.
Sarah, what do you have next?
Let's see.
You want me to throw something out?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, you son of a bitch.
Just wait here.
So, let's see.
Okay.
You gotta pick the perfect one.
Yeah.
Dude, so did you read about Japan? The KFC in Japan came out with a low smell version of chicken.
No.
What do you mean nothing
They
smells
said
better than
they said
KFC?
they use a
Yeah, right. Why would you
cooking
get rid of
method that locks in the aroma, which worries me because I feel like it's basically shellac.
Oh, what locks in the aroma?
their cooking method.
Okay, so you have to bite through the outer shell to
And then
release
it
the
unleash,
stink.
yeah.
But no, it doesn't stink at all. You can eat it without stink. They said
Scentless KFC?
minimum scent.
I don't like it. Look, listen, I'd rather smell KFC than eat it. So
Right.
I feel like
My brain wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, my brain
it's just like tofu at that point.
Yeah, it's delicious, kind of, but my nose tastings are all dead. I'm not enjoying the full.
I'm full nose blind.
Yeah, I'm fully nose blind on this KFC.
This was the part that is baffling. Is they said that it's so people don't look at you funny if you're eating on the train. And I'm
Which
like,
must be a
is
common
it
occurrence.
rude in Japan to like have food smell in a public area, like cigarette smoking? Because
No.
I think if you brought KFC on a train, most people would be like,
Yeah.
loving it.
Right.
Yeah, they would be loving it.
It's a good smell.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd get rid of it.
Yeah, nobody's offended by it. Nobody's like, what the fuck is that? Did someone shit in my face? No one does that with the scent of KFC.
Like, oh, I want a 12-piece real
Dude,
quick.
KFC in the United States released KFC like cologne and like suntan lotion.
Yeah, we went the other direction.
Yeah,
And
like
nail polish.
We want more smell.
yeah, we wanted everything to smell like KFC. Yeah.
I feel like KFC is hugely popular in every country except ours. Like we like KFC, but other countries are super into KFC.
Yeah, they're way into it.
I feel like it used to be more popular when it was the 90s.
Yeah. When it was Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, you know, they did like all the fucking Phantom Menace stuff.
Did they?
And, and I got that. They had the giant R2D2 cups.
Hell yeah.
Those were awesome.
You know what it
I was
is?
so excited to get
The
that.
problem with KFC here is that it's promoted in such a trashy way.
Right.
Like there's a KFC near here, and they're like, $20 get you a 4-person feed bucket. And it's like on the marquee. Like they have a marquee, like a $20 feed bucket, and it's like, what are we all gonna take turns strapping it on?
Might as well. It's America.
Now everybody takes pictures. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Anyway.
Hey, big ups to everybody. This is Awesome Talk, Season 9, Episode 6, on January 16, 2018. And we are back on the show.
Do you guys watch Doctor Who?
Do you guys? Yeah, go ahead.
I want point of order real quick.
Go ahead.
We know how hard it is to juggle when we have 1 or 2 people on Skype doing an interview. For the people who are here and the people in the chat, round of applause for this man, Rick, for juggling 10 people.
Thank
and
you.
the loudness and the back and forth that we just went through before the break, because
I appreciate that very much.
That's
You have no
that's
idea.
some circus level shit.
Thank you. Can I clink you? I know you're
absolutely. There you go.
You're not drinking tonight, but
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rob. And dude, let me just tell you how great it is to always have you guys here.
Hell
On
yeah.
Facebook,
Appreciate
he said it best. He was like, something cast is always a good show.
Well, we
Yeah,
appreciate
it's always
it. We
a
love
fucking
being
show.
down here.
Appreciate it. Yeah. No, I said it like
I
a like
said
a
the other day, I wish you guys
yeah.
lived closer.
So,
Oh, yeah, if we were closer, it
said
would be a lot more often we'd be here. And then you hate
cast
us.
is on. It's always a home run.
It's always a home run. It's always a good fucking show. Ryan, we're back on, brother.
Oh, excellent. See, I knew my instinct told me.
You're,
So have you ever
you're
fucked a
a
goat,
fucking
Ryan?
genius.
What's up?
Have you ever fucked a goat?
No.
Wow, how man, you're really going with this.
I mean, it's on my bucket list and all, but
On your fucking list.
you know, I mean,
It's on the fucking
I'm
list.
only 36.
I figured
Get
I'd wait. I figured I'd wait
Come
until
on,
my
man.
children have forgotten about me until I started
I was
entering
gonna
into
say,
that.
did
You
you ever
know.
say his kids? You know, get it? Kids, good. But I thought that you would get offended, so then I kept it in. But I was like, okay, keep it in forever.
Yeah, right. It's bound to fall apart.
No, neither.
Well, anyway, welcome back to the show, everybody.
What's up, guys?
Now that we're back from
Oh
the,
man, this happened 6 years ago, and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
we can do goat fucking now if you want, Jared. This
No,
is
no,
America.
no, 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 no. Oh, okay, this just popped up on my feed on Facebook.
Man hires prostitute and his daughter turns up.
This story.
Can I tell you something? This is old. This happens all the time.
I'm pretty sure that's got to be something that's happened a lot.
listen,
just by math alone.
Exactly.
Do you guys watch Doctor Who?
Yeah,
not all.
No.
I haven't watched
I
any
was
of
just
the
wondering how
Capaldi
you
stuff.
felt about the Jodie Whittaker takeover.
I'm alright with it.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm alright with it too.
I'm surprised it.
I mean,
I'm
do you
actually
guys
surprised
like Jodie
story-wise
Whittaker?
it didn't
Question,
happen
do you think
sooner.
She's a good actress.
Yeah, well, I really liked her in the really, really sad show.
Bradshaw?
Yes.
God, it was good, and she was
So
awesome in it. That show is a miserable disaster to
It
cancel.
is.
Almost.
Oh, I thought you meant it's just a miserable show.
Equally
like-
as miserable as Sarah Connor Chronicles, but that hurt too.
I didn't see that one. There's 100 shows
so
and we
fucking
can be a
good.
psychic.
Cersei Chronicles.
Sarah Connor Chronicles.
The Cersei wasn't
Sarah-
Cersei.
Yes, she was. She was
Game
in
of
it.
Yeah.
Thrones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I could cry over Veronica Mars. I could cry over a bunch of shows.
Yeah. But Broadchurch was good, and Jodie Whittaker being the Doctor makes sense. She can totally do it, and it doesn't make sense that the Doctor hasn't been a woman. In that particular case, I totally approve of that.
I think they were pretty smart about the way they were setting it up, with the Master being a woman, and then they sort of dropped hints.
God,
So-
she was good.
Oh, she was. Missy was the best.
Look, man, and,
God,
and,
she's
and that
like
proved
my,
a
I
certain.
think my favorite character
And
in
look-
the last however many years is probably her. She's
That
so
proved a
good.
certain kind of point too, which is as long as the character embodies the character, then it doesn't matter. But I do have an issue when somebody changes an actor in a way that affects the creativity of the creator originally, right? So in other words, if you're American, okay, and you are a white American or you're a black American, right? Your experience of being in this country
I
is
was
different.
with you up until there.
Right? So your experience of being in this country and being raised in this country is different.
Is this gonna be
no
a
matter
superhero
what.
thing?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Is there any radioactivity involved?
Well, what I'm saying is,
Oh, okay.
if that upbringing has something to do with the DNA of the character themselves,
Okay.
then you can't change it because you're changing the creative property. But if you're doing something in such a way where the character can be embodied no matter what, I think it's okay. Then there are things that totally placate to the audience. I feel like Ghostbusters placated to the audience.
100%. Well, it wasn't a good script.
It was
That's
terrible
the problem.
script.
If it was a good script,
That's totally right.
Talking about the female Ghostbusters.
yeah. If it was a good script, I wouldn't have
watch
cared.
it.
Yeah.
If
And
they
that's
had
the
written a
issue.
script that wasn't just pandering,
Right.
I'd have been fine with it.
Right.
I didn't watch the new Ghostbusters yet.
But my point, or my original point is, with the Doctor, you can change it to Jodie Whittaker and it makes sense. Because the Doctor, the fact that the Doctor hasn't been a woman doesn't make sense. Right? But you can't take somebody like Luke Cage and make him white. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because
Well, the other
because you
thing is
can't
that-
because of who he is.
But when
He's
we
raised in
during-
Harlem
well,
and
during
there's
Peter Capaldi's
See,
run,
no,
it's
you can't-
implied a lot and sort of pushed to the idea is pushed that like he has a small amount of control over his regeneration. He sort of chooses
Okay.
who it becomes in a way because like when he turns into Peter Capaldi, they say like, why do you think he chose the Matt Smith face? It was to impress. It was because it was young and. You know, like they were saying to Clara, like the fact that he trusts you is why he's old now because he's not trying to be something else. So why is he being why is he a female? And when you see Peter Capaldi end, it's like he's fighting against it. He's like, I don't want to die. I don't want to go away. And in a way, him changing to a female sort of makes it feel like that Doctor stayed him in a
Interesting.
way, and now there's a completely different vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I follow.
I understand why that Doctor would have chosen to become a female instead of to be another male version of himself
Yeah.
when he doesn't want to go away in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Doctor to be regenerated into a ginger, and then just the 5-minute breakdown that will follow after
Yeah,
that
right?
at the first mirror that he sees.
Starts just weeping openly.
Exactly. Fuck! We've got to stop
Okay.
the Dalek.
What?
No! Just for 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm very sorry, but what exactly does Doctor Who do? What is he?
Yeah, it sounds like a fucked up hospital, man.
You mean, so like, what are we talking about exactly?
Doctor Who.
So Doctor Who is
last of his kind.
semi-immortal.
Yeah, he's the last of his kind, though, in a mega war.
He's
But
the
so
last of his kind.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
up with
so
that
yeah.
telephone
Time
booth or
Lord.
whatever?
He's a Time Lord, and
He
so
protects Earth.
he's sort of immortal in a way where, like, when he dies, he regenerates, it's still him, but it's kind of somebody else. And he hates to regenerate because he does sort of die.
And forget.
And he sort of comes back and remembers some of it.
What's up with the telephone booth?
Telephone booth, it's stuck
larger
that
on
way.
the inside. That's all you need to know.
It's a whole universe on the inside.
Yeah. And a telephone booth? Is Superman in there?
Well, the idea is that...
Well, if it's entire universe, I would imagine.
It'll land somewhere and go unnoticed.
The idea is a universe can exist in a drop of water.
Right.
So what is it, like a fucking slot machine? Like it yanks a crank and winds up God
Yeah,
knows
exactly.
fucking
It
where.
sort of like that. It kind of does that.
The infinity roller.
And it goes all over
Oh
time.
shit, I crapped out. You know, like,
Bill and Ted's Excellent
Yeah.
Adventure.
So, but when he dies, he regenerates into somebody else, and it's still him, but it's not really him. He has to get used to a new body, new tastes, new likes, new dislikes, food he likes, food he doesn't like. He's taking on a whole new persona, and those
But he doesn't
memories
have
are
choice.
there, but it's almost like... I don't want to say it's like somebody else's memories. It's somebody else's memories and his memories.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the show's supposed to be sort of episodic, and only in the more recent years has it become huge season
After Moffat
plots.
took over,
Yeah.
it was like the most intricate storytelling.
But that's not what it was
like
intended to be.
1 millisecond of an episode for 30 episodes previously is like the most unbelievable plot point, like 18 seasons ahead, and you're like, oh my god, that's all fucking wrapped up. Like, what the fuck? And people didn't like that.
Well, so the
They
show
didn't like
depends on when you're watching it to what Doctor Who was, because it's been about 8 different things.
Yeah. David Tennant.
Oh, he's so good.
He's the best one.
So good. So good. And Matt Smith,
He was good, too.
it hurt me when David Tennant was gone, but Matt Smith, after 2 episodes, I'm like, this guy's the Doctor. I'm totally into this, 100% there. Like, absolutely as good as David Tennant.
It took me
I almost
two
said Tennant
seasons-
Smith.
Took me 2 seasons to get into Matt Smith.
Took me longer.
Wow, really?
David Tennant
Because
was immediate.
the biggest
You're
thing
a
that
harsh
I
judge.
really got into it with 9. So when
Yeah, I like
when
it.
9
Did
went
you
to
say you liked Chris Eccleston?
yeah,
Oh,
I liked him.
I did.
But when Eccleston went to Tennant, Rose stayed the same. The TARDIS stayed the
Right,
same.
right, I love
They
that part.
changed.
Rose was great. I
They
love
changed
Rose.
after the Doctor changed. When Tennant changed into Smith, it was a hard stop.
Everything.
The TARDIS changed, the
Yeah.
companion
And
changed,
the
the
writer
Doctor changed, and all
that
of a
was
sudden
why.
everybody had a subtitle. It was, the woman, the girl who waited, the last century.
Yeah.
Everybody had to be super fucking special. It wasn't just, hey, here's Rose Tyler, this fucking chav from London who ends up following this guy around for 8 fucking seasons.
I wanna
Everybody
marry
had to be
Rose.
super, super fucking
I would
special,
still marry Rose.
and that almost kind of took the specialness out of it because everybody had to be special.
Yeah,
and
right.
it just watered everything down.
Which was exactly the point of some of the other previous seasons, was everybody's special, just being them, not being something super crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But Peter Capaldi, I really loved him.
I haven't watched the last season of him.
I gotta tell you something, man.
And I heard it got better.
It was
got
like a
dry.
year
It did. Bill,
of
I think
false
Bill is
starts
a
with
great
Peter Capaldi
companion.
for me.
I loved any companion that doesn't want to fuck the Doctor is almost always my favorite. Donna's my favorite.
Dr.
from,
Donna's
like,
so
Donna
good.
Rod. And she like if people thought they were a couple, she's like, what? Like, are you? Well, look at him. Are you fucking nuts?
I
Like,
lo-
I
dude,
loved Donna because
yeah, but
she was
I-
like,
no,
she
I agree
didn't
with you
follow
completely.
him like a puppy.
But
She
I
was
also
just his friend.
loved
and Bill,
Clara and.
I don't because it was just like this weird.
I loved
unnecessary
Clara
sexual
midway
thing.
through Peter Capaldi's run, because at that point she kind of knew what the
They
fuck she was
basically
doing.
turned it into a fucking Time Lord by the end, and you're just like.
And she kinda was.
She shouldn't be.
Kind of was.
No.
It was all about Martha.
Martha was good.
Yeah.
Another one in love with the Doctor, dude.
See,
See?
but I liked
I don't
that
know
she
anything
left.
about
She
it.
recognized.
I
No,
got
wait.
left,
flashbacks from
at
the
least.
Yeah,
80s.
she was like, I can't deal with this
Like my
shit
mom
now.
watching.
Yeah. I like Bill, but I don't know if you got to the point where
I've not seen Bill. I heard of
She
Bill.
like
I've not watched
she's just into chicks, and it's great because it's like. But the thing is, now it's like, what is Bill gonna like reappear with Jodie Whittaker and like, and then it starts the whole cycle all over again?
Yeah.
Like.
It's a possibility. And the Master will also be a woman too. Wow.
I don't know. Depends on if the Master returns again.
Master's never dead. Master's never dead.
Yeah, they all come back.
Always
all
comes
the villains
back.
come back.
Always come, but the Master has to come. He is Doctor Who's Joker.
I guess.
He's got to be there.
I mean, I would assume
I
the
like that they
Daleks
don't overuse. They have enough villains now that they can rotate through them, and every time they bring in a new villain, you're like, oh shit, they're back because
Yeah.
there's been enough of a run where they haven't been around.
Yeah.
So that when they bring them back, it's never just, oh, these fucking guys again.
Yeah.
But you
It
know
never
that
feels
Whitaker,
like that.
Whitaker's going to bump into all of the big hitters. They're
Oh, sure.
just so they can
But
have
they
the-
time them out.
Yeah.
And they space them enough that you never get,
I think
you
she's
never
gonna
get
rock that
fatigued.
shit. I think she's gonna be amazing. at it.
Absolutely.
I want to go through some of the comments here. Let's see, Epic Film. Kung Fu Driving Podcast is in the chat. Hey, what's up, brother?
I've been here for a bit.
Let's see, January. I need to hang out with Dr. Okay, hold on. I gotta go back. There's a lot of shit here going on, and there's shit going on Facebook too. Hold on. Oh my god. Where does this end?
So we got New Ghostbusters was just forgettable, which is the worst thing it could have been. Agreed.
That they might reboot Lost. Is that?
No,
thing?
God,
Like,
no.
Is that like for real?
They
Yeah.
planned in for Lost. Like, they already knew they were going to do that.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
I
come
never
on.
watched
No.
it.
What?
Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
They have less creativity with
why would
everything.
they
They
do
gotta
that?
redo everything.
And
Lost
how funny
coming
would
back
they have to do it?
is-
It's going to be an all-female cast.
Look, listen.
And they're going to be found.
Yeah.
Lost can come back.
No.
They're going to find Amelia Earhart.
If Netflix does it.
All right, see, I don't
right.
hate that as much, but I still hate it because Lost.
If Netflix buys it and they hire their writing teams, whatever the fuck they pick is always fucking amazing.
They canceled Sense8.
Here's my problem I have with that.
Like
If they do it,
And
they
a- and
have
a
one
movie.
of two roads they can go.
Right.
They either do completely new stuff, which most of the people who like Lost will end up hating because it's not paying homage to the old stuff.
I was Lost fanatical,
Or
but I gotta explain something to you.
they do what the fucking Star Trek movies have done, whereas they basically just redo everything that's come before
Can't
it,
do that.
which is not needed.
No. Hey, whenever I have ever heard you guys talk about Lost in your show, I wish I'm fucking there. because I was obsessed.
You really
As
don't.
was I.
with Lost.
That's
But here's the
not
thing.
pain.
But, okay, so maybe you'll agree with me. Maybe you're against me on this.
All right.
Okay. There's something that I call a Lost finale apologist. Because the finale was so god fucking awful that the entire show ended up null and void in my head. The entire experience ended up null and void in my head. And I was like, you know what? You guys just fucked me over. I just invested a lot of time
Kinda like
to
The
see this end.
Sopranos.
Because you'll agree, as somebody who loves Breaking Bad, when Breaking Bad ended, loved it.
Perfect.
Perfect.
You saw the
like,
ending
you're-
3 episodes
you're like,
back,
as a
and they
fan,
did-
I
You
invested
knew where it was
time.
going. Well, that was what was brilliant about it. Everybody knew where it was going. They told you before the last season started. They were like Scarface.
Yep.
Scarface. I couldn't say it enough times. They let you know we are in love with that character for Walt. We converted him from an everyday man to the fucking the thing that he
Right.
when he started this. He looked at those people like he was better than them, and this is what happened. You know what I mean? Like it was a case study. It wasn't about the violence. It wasn't even about the science. It was an emotional case study of how to destroy a man.
But what
and
was-
that show was perfectly executed. That's
Perfectly.
all. You
Well,
know?
all the way to
Like,
the end.
Yeah.
But hold on. Not to cut you off. But
Let's
real
go.
quick.
Cut me off.
My point is, as a fan who invested your time and effort in watching it, when it ended, you didn't feel fucked over.
Like The
You felt
Sopranos.
like
I've never
like
felt
The
fucked
Sopranos.
over by a show. though.
Yeah,
I
but
felt
you
like-
can invest your
like-
heart
I
in
was just gonna
something.
say, you've
Oh,
never
well, I
seen-
wouldn't have done
You've
that.
never seen the finale of Dexter, then.
Oh,
Dude, I don't know how we ended up watching all of Dexter because
I didn't
from
watch
the
all of it.
It was the
beginning
worst.
of
I didn't
book
like
so
it
worse.
that much.
I
episode,
was
I
it
can't
was
believe
like,
it.
I was a Lost
weirdly-
finale apologist for a while. I could explain the ending.
I have a friend
was
like that,
okay with the ending.
Matt Hill.
However, the further away we get from the show, the less and less I now like the ending. I was okay with it when I first saw it, and I defended it, and I can still argue what the symbolism of that finale was, but I don't like it. At
The
this
symbolism,
point.
much like in
it
The
is sad.
Sopranos, flopped. It was useless.
Right.
I get
When
what
they
you
did
tried
the-
to
when they
do,
did the
but instead of
parallel
doing that, you
episode,
should have
they
just
fucked
did
themselves.
something.
They
Did
fucked
something
themselves
real.
with the parallel episode because
They-
all everybody was saying was how are they going to merge these two back together, and they took the route of we're not. The other one doesn't really.
This
exist,
is what happens
so-
when you write with no ending in mind whatsoever.
in corners, and then paint the corner a little tighter and a little tighter.
So you didn't get any closure
Stop.
from the Lost
None.
season?
It was a waste of fucking time.
I would like to see what that show would have been if it
Had it
had
been better.
followed their original. No, if it had followed their original Bible that they had.
Sure.
Because they had to deal with the writer's strike, so they had to cut seasons short, and they only planned to do 5, and then ABC said, no, we want 7, so they had to cut and then restretch and everything. I would have liked to see what they would have done with just 5 uninterrupted
I agree.
seasons.
Well, that's another
and
thing.
see how it could have
And
ended.
don't
when
go
you-
on strike.
and when-
Because
well,
the
no, but-
guys that write it are like, This is the shit. They're supposed to be great and it's shit.
Yeah.
So don't go on strike, motherfucker. Don't join unions.
Well, that's
you want something great, do it on yourself. Become an independent contractor, make all the money you want to do,
and not work for the biggest company in the world.
Well, there you go, though. That's the thing, though. That's why. Well, you see, Breaking Bad was AMC, though. And everybody there, it was a passion project. They weren't getting the big Lost was primetime network.
Not at first.
There was a lot of money changing hands over that. So the
3,
people doing
Jesse
that shit,
Pinkman was
writing that
paid
stuff.
Season 3.
But no, that was the actors though. But the writer, like, dude, they handled it better. They were like, "This is a great show. We believe in it." You know, but there was a limit. It was cable. It's a whole different world. You know what I mean? Like
the other thing too is that once Breaking Bad ended, not every show after that tried to be Breaking Bad.
But they should have emulated Breaking Bad in one particular way, which is Breaking Bad had a method in its writing where it would give you something and leave you hanging simultaneously.
Every episode.
I agree.
Perfectly.
But when Lost ended, every show after that tried to be the next Lost.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, there was like a wave of that that happened. Which I understand. I mean, who wouldn't think that way in the entertainment industry? Like, oh shit, look at how this blew up.
That's what it's all based
But when
on.
I was gonna say, I even think Breaking Bad was Sons of Anarchy. Those shows that had definitive endings, whether you liked them or not, was a direct response to the huge backlash they got for Lost. For what's the other one that you want? Two Earths colliding.
Oh, the fucking event.
Oh, the event.
Yeah.
Like all of those shows had
that the one with the
dick
first episode
endings.
was a missile or the weird asteroid and there was the black president who kind of looked like Obama?
Yes.
Okay, I watched a couple episodes of that.
Yeah, that was one where it tried to fuck you over because they kept showing you crazy things happening and you're going, oh, this is the event that they're talking. It's not. It's this thing. Is that?
This is so crazy that you're bringing up the event right now.
Why is that crazy?
Because back in conspiracy land, I knew about the event before the event was even a thing.
Your OG event.
Yeah, it was like, and what was happening, the event was like kind of written to be the script from what was really actually happening at the time. So do you guys remember that weird missile that launched out of San Diego? And everyone's like, why was there a missile that launched out of San Diego? And they would blame the Chinese submarine and stuff like that.
Right.
That was the first episode of the event. So while I'm watching the event, and that literally happened a week before, I was like, holy shit, the event is literally here to expose an event, which was the whole point of the conspiracy, and then it got canceled. So we never knew what the event was. It was supposed to be alien. We were supposed to disclose aliens, and if you remember, and this is crazy because this is getting into modern times, Podesta's one of his last tweets. A lot of the
was on fucking a child.
Well, no, it wasn't. If you go back, a lot of the people that tweet all the time haven't tweeted since November or December. I'm even talking Barack Obama. I'm pretty sure his last tweet was December 16th, which was his family portrait of the White House 3 years before.
What?
No, he's tweeted since then.
Has he? Okay, well, a lot of people have... pull up Twitter. But apparently Obama's tweets are real weird.
I'm looking up before.
No, I get what you mean. Same thing happened to Julian Assange.
Right.
Julian Assange had somebody scaling his building, and then all of a sudden, the style of tweets that he wrote changed instantly.
Right.
Suddenly, they were misspelled. They didn't make fucking sense, and he never does that. WikiLeaks is meticulous.
Before Podesta disappeared, his last tweet was, I knew we should expose aliens as 4 years ago. And that was supposed to have been like around the same time the event was on air and...
Barack tweeted today.
What do you say?
Barack tweeted today.
What do you say today?
He said we announce aliens.
He said Dr. King was 26 when the Montgomery bus boycott began. He started small, rallying others who believed their
I read
efforts
that
mattered.
earlier, that's right.
Pressing on through challenges and doubts to change our world for the better.
What was other tweets
A permanent
before?
inspiration for the rest of us to keep pushing towards justice.
Can you wait? Are
It
you
should be
on his
toured.
Twitter page?
Did you
What's
guys,
his Twitter record like? 'Cause
let's see.
I want to verify my facts that I have.
December 29th looks like the last time he tweeted. He tweeted
And then
several
before
times.
that?
Before that was 27th.
And before that?
The 25th.
Oh boy.
Before that?
The 14th, the 12th,
Okay,
the 11th.
14th. That's a pretty big gap.
The 4th.
The
What?
14th to 27th is a big gap for
I
someone who
don't.
tweets every day.
That's crazy
I post
pants.
the only thing
No,
that I
it's-
the only thing that I do for the only thing that I ever do with my Twitter
You
account
heard 1
is-
day, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days,
is
2 days.
use it off
10
as a side of my Instagram. Like my Instagram is linked to my Twitter, so what I post on Instagram goes on my Twitter. I do not ever go on Twitter, ever, as a policy.
It's for the best.
Like I do not ever go on Twitter physically. I have never
Yeah,
been
no.
on the Twitter website.
But the point is that Barack Obama might have been hijacked.
Exactly. Well, no, but
only
2 weeks
if
is a
you
long
follow
time.
Twitter.
2 weeks is a long time for someone who tweets almost every day. That's what all I'm saying.
Not
And
worried.
I
I
don't-
get what you're saying.
And I don't.
Seriously,
I only got my
yeah.
Twitter back 2 weeks ago because I was hearing all this stuff and like I was reading all these things about these people like not tweeting anymore, who would tweet every 4 hours even. And I was like, all right, I have to log in to see what's happening.
The only one that worried me was the
everybody
Sun.
takes a break. Like, what do you think that they could be doing?
It's too long.
Yeah, but
Too long.
I'm glad you agree.
It's too long.
Scroll down on the chat so it's current.
Let's see what's going on.
I'm just trying to keep up to my.
Holy shit! No, I hold on a minute here. What's going on? Chat's going crazy. Jesus Christ, they're all talking and shit. They did that to them. Hold on a minute. Yeah, this is why the hold on. Let's see. The
Finale of Lost was the bait.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. What else?
Damn it! This is gonna
Lost
be
can
way
come.
disgusting.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
All right, now you're good. Now you're current.
Yeah, we're good. We're
I'll be
good.
back on
Wait,
board
hold on.
with
Scroll up a
Jody.
bit.
Hold on.
No, that's
Down.
too long.
Down.
Yeah, they didn't comment.
They didn't comment in 10 minutes.
Everybody,
Hold
calm
on.
down.
Hold
Calm
on.
down.
Hold on.
Calm down.
Scroll up a bit.
Calm. Calm him down.
Hurry up.
Calm down.
They're not commenting enough.
Could you scroll
Calm.
down a bit?
When was the last time they commented? I need to know.
That's why, as much as I
It
love
has to be
Smith and
consistent.
Capaldi, I prefer Davies' run with X. I don't know.
Everybody, it's either like you like Dave.
Moffat's writing when he was showrunner was so ridiculous. I need to hang with the Doctor Who.
insanely-
It was
once in a while.
insane, yeah.
Gave up on Capaldi after a few episodes. Loved Clara, but couldn't watch.
Whoa,
Capaldi
hold on. I want
anymore.
to comment on that.
Well, this is the thing. Like because he never saw Doctor Who, and I had seen all of Tennant, all of almost all of Matt Smith at the time, or maybe all of it. I don't know. But I kept saying to him, like for Chris Eccleston, I was like, you can, for the most part, like. The Bad Wolf thing, is running throughout, but, for the most part, you can just pick this episode because it's fun and this episode's cool. You don't have to watch it in order. And I was like, but when you get to Matt Smith, even if the episode's boring, if you don't watch it, you're fucked. You
Yeah,
have to
right.
watch,
Yeah.
and not just watch
Yeah,
it,
you're
you
right.
also have to watch it, really pay attention.
And then there's a 50-50 shot that the punchline was not going to make any sense whatsoever. I still have no idea how the wedding storyline went. I still don't understand
Yeah.
how his
There's
wife
several
and she's
things that
not,
make
and
no
she
sense
moves
to
back
me.
in time, and
Yeah.
it's fucking stupid.
Well, I think, in the beginning...
Or it's
the
too.
first
Or it's so
time-
smart we don't get
The
it.
first time you meet River Song, I was like, I hate this bitch. But by the end, you're like, I really
Why did he not
love
post that to us?
River
I love it.
and what she,
Post and show them together.
Because all the companions come and go
I
out of
did,
his
I think.
life,
Oh, cool.
and you just accept it because that's reality. River Song represented a staple in all of his lives.
Sure.
I mean, Clara does at the end, and you're just like, God, it's so fucked up. They just threw her in everything. But River represented something that was just a pillar, and the companions don't even matter to her.
Yeah.
And that becomes important, especially how you see her last visit with him. And it's really sad because he knows she's going to die. She's going off to die with David Tennant.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. I think that by the end she becomes one of the most important characters,
Yeah.
at least
Absolutely.
in his existence.
And I think she was a great actress. I think she was a great
Yeah,
character.
totally.
There was just plots of her. There was plots based around her that made me my eyes they make audible noises while they rolled.
And it's also slightly satisfying that by the end you realize that Amy is essentially his mother-in-law.
That's
And it
so
really
weird.
helps
Yeah.
because,
I love Amy.
Amy
That was
is,
the only part that I didn't like about River when it turned out that she was Amy Pond's daughter. I was like, okay, now we're
Holy fuck! Did we just
really,
bang things?
I
Exactly.
like that because I
No.
thought it explained something about River.
I didn't like
It
Amy Pond.
explains her seeming to know way more than just a human companion would have.
I want to address some of these comments before we go to break. I'm sorry. Lost can come back if they don't. Hold on a minute.
Dude, what the fuck
I
is
didn't hang with Dr.
That was
Who
exactly
for a
like the
while.
ending of Lost.
Gave up on Capaldi after a few episodes.
A lot of people didn't give him a chance because I didn't like him in the beginning.
That's what I said.
And then he
I couldn't
became
get through the
so-
first 2 episodes. It was fucking terrible for me. Because him trying to find who he was and remember everything and come back to life
I don't
was
know
so
why that's
painful.
jarring to you. David Tennant didn't fucking know anything.
Not
when he
like Capaldi.
Bullshit,
Capaldi
dude.
just
He
looked like a
couldn't
crazed
even
homeless
wake
guy.
up in the beginning. What are you talking about?
Capaldi is the uncle at Thanksgiving that has no filter.
None.
And I love that.
He is
about him.
Rick Sanchez. He is the most Rick Sanchez Doctor Who there ever
All
was.
I know is like, please, just for the love of fuck, bring Strax back. Like, as long as Strax is always on the show, it'll always stay.
Hold on.
Scroll up.
Gave up on Capaldi. A few episodes, loved Clara, but couldn't watch Capaldi anymore. Dude, you got to give him more time. Haven't watched all the Capaldi. I'll be back on board. Donna Noble was amazing.
I know Donna having to have. I always say that out of all of the endings of all the companions, Donna's is the worst, most heart-ripping bullshit
Yeah, it's terrible.
ever.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The
Jam Brady.
best person that I think he could have his own show is Wilf. Will
Totally.
Donna's grandfather could have his own
Totally
show.
right.
He could have been the only companion from now until he fucking dropped dead, and it would have been the best show ever.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Wilf with Peter Capaldi?
Oh my
Could
god, it
you
would have been
like,
fucking amazing.
Wilf with any of them. Wilf was Donna Noble's grandfather.
Yeah. He'll never die. Donna's story was fantastic. Lost can come back if they don't marry themselves to the original series and have an all-new cast and new story. Thank you. Lost with new fucking characters is bullshit. The finale of Lost was amazing. Suck it, Rick. Dude, fuck off, man. Let me tell you something right now. It was a cop-out, and it was more fucking terrible, like network pushed religious nonsense when it could have been so much bigger and deeper than that, like the whole fucking show pretended to be before they fucked me in the face.
If you could have picked for Lost
The fuck
to
show
end
is this?
any way you wanted, how would
Special
you
channel.
have chosen it to end?
The island never moved.
I'm not supposed to make that choice. It's not up to me, man. I'm supposed to be amazed.
I never watched Lost. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? You need to watch it. Let me tell you why. Because you, of all people, were gonna immediately obsessed with Lost. And you'll be obsessed with 5 whole fucking seasons. And then you're gonna get to the last, like half of the last season, and you'll be like, what? Why did I do this? And like now I'm circling the drain. I'm not like, being put into a beautiful bottle of fresh water. I'm circling the toilet drain with shit turds rolling around me. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I allow myself to believe that there was a...
That's why you don't want to watch it, because they fuck you in the end.
That's right, they fuck you
Yeah,
in the ass at the end.
Mikey, my guitar player, when I lived with him, he was obsessed with it and watched it, and I saw him go through the last season, and I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to watch it.
What was the
'Cause
name,
I
of the, what was the name of the
working.
bald guy in the show? The bald
Locke.
dude?
John
Locke, right? So if you guys remember, there was the living John Locke, the dead John Locke, the side story John Locke, the half-living John Locke, the spirit John Locke, the evil John Locke, and there was never any telling which one was fucking there, right? But you allowed yourself to be invested in the story where you could talk to other Lost fans, and they would know what the fuck you meant. You'd be like, yo, when Sideways John Locke saw evil John Locke, and then this John Locke did that, and the living John Locke, and the paralyzed John Locke, you'd be like, and the other person would be like, dude, I know exactly what you mean. You know what I mean? And like, that's a lot to put into a fucking show to have it end like dog shit.
The half-hour extra episode that they had on the DVDs that kind of tied everything up after the TV finale was actually kind of worth it. That I kind of liked.
Okay, I've never seen it. I have to
Oh.
look it up. I didn't know there was such a
no,
thing.
you have to look it up. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Let me just buzz through the rest of these before we cut to our second break. Lost was always about its characters from the beginning, and so was the finale. The characters were awesome. I get the names, and I get the fucking historical references and all that shit. But if
Accused
they can't tie
admitted
it
that
up,
they threw the Bible out.
Word.
He would walk into the writer's room and literally ask what was going to be canon from now on.
Andrew Cameron came with the coolest ideas. That was the story they followed. They changed it. That's psychotic.
No. There was an episode where the prop crew was trying to play a joke on the cast, and there's a scene where they're in the water and a shark swims by, and it's supposed to scare them back up onto the beach. And they didn't think the shark was going to be in the shot for as long as it was. So one of the props guys painted a Dharma logo on the fin of the shark just to fuck with the cast, to be like, wait, what? But it got,
So it was just a big pile of
onto
bullshit.
camera. and people were DVRing the show, and they saw it, and the internet blew up with, "Oh my God, what does that mean? What does that mean?"
Yeah, right.
And that was kind of the snowball that started
Wouldn't it
the
be great
writers
if it was just like the
throwing
greatest
these little
nationalized
fucking-
televised prank that ever
But this is when the
happened?
writers started showing these little Easter eggs in because they knew people were DVRing it and they were watching it frame by frame to see what these little fucking secrets were.
Maybe it was a
and then they
Chappelle
overpowered
thing.
the show.
Maybe it was the writers. Maybe it was the writers' revenge. Maybe it was their rebellion against the network. Maybe they tanked the ending on purpose.
I feel like it was a bunch of writers that didn't know what to do. They painted themselves into a corner for a show that thought they was going to cancel after the first season.
Every week you sit there and you go, we're going to do something crazy so we get ratings so people watch next week.
Yeah.
But who needs an answer?
But how are we going to explain it?
But who needs an answer?
It's character.
The rest of the mysteries are so secondary to me. They did that to themselves. They told the mystery and teased stuff that they had no idea how to explain. This exactly. They would swear they had explanation and then conveniently forget to explain it.
Thank you,
Everything
Jeff.
was retconned.
Retcon.
Yeah.
Thank you. Until the audience forgot why it mattered. They built the mysteries way too much, and having insanely long seasons for 3 didn't help. I had to fill out TV time somehow every week. Still, though, the characters were always the point to me. Well, I get that again. Holy fuck.
Jesus God.
I am so fucking glad I've never seen the show.
Oh, dude, let me tell you something. You're being invested in a whole other thing. Look, we're going to come to our second break.
Thank fucking
All right?
Christ.
It's a nice in the face break. We'll be back in roughly 22 minutes. And then we're going to talk to all of our friends here who are guests tonight and give them their final words. And then we're going to close down the show, and that's what's going to happen. So check out this Ice in the Face and fill up your beer and hit the like button or the subscribe button, wherever the fuck
Go
you
take your
are.
pisses and shits
Take
now,
your pisses.
kids.
Turn the sound up real loud so Grandma can hear what you're listening to.
Now wake
which
the
is a
kids
bunch of-
up, get them out of bed.
Which is a bunch of
Or
derelicts.
unchain them from.
Or if you're in Cali, you know, you might
Get the kids off the sod, bring them back in the house.
Take time to lay the
give them
sod.
their Tide and sod pods.
Exactly.
I always
Tide
wished
Pods.
that I could sod the apartment. Like I've always wanted grass.
We can put down
I'm
AstroTurf.
with you on that. I always wanted to put
We're gonna lay some
AstroTurf.
AstroTurf down in this studio
No,
right now, but
that's
we're gonna cut to the
bullshit.
break.
I want the real fucking shit.
I-
AstroTurf.
I think your cats would pee all over it.
They would definitely. They wouldn't pee on the
Should I go
AstroTurf.
and
It's been a
change
rubber.
Grass on the inside, cats somewhere in the dumpster. The
Yeah.
internet's gonna get real
There you
upset
go.
now.
The trade-off sounds
McLaughlin's coming out.
totally
Miraculous.
legitimate to me. All right,
Cats in
Matt
the
Pelosi, let's
dumpster.
cut to the
Sarah's
second
story.
break. This is
Cats
Ice in
have
the
fun
Face
in
break.
dumpsters, usually, don't they?
All right, you just let me
That's
know
where they
when we're
find all
out.
those fish bones.
When
that
no
they're
one
like-
Just cartoon
Because we're gonna be
fish.
back.
Yeah.
We're gonna be back in about
Exactly.
22 minutes.
You're listening to us. Yeah, the bass.
Yeah.
There are a few things I have brand loyalty to, though, and that's probably one of them. You know?
What, Heinz?
Is
Yeah.
Hellman's one of them?
You know what? I was a Miracle Whip house.
Oh my god!
Isn't that gross?
I can't believe
Gross.
that you grew up in a Miracle Whip world.
I did.
I tried
I've only
Miracle
met
Whip
one
once and I was
other
like,
person.
yeah. And I was like, what demon created this garbage
I don't know.
fucking slop?
But like to me, growing up, that was the only thing that made sense. So when I had real mayo, I was like, "What the
You're like,
fuck is this?"
You're like, what?
Did it taste gross to you?
Yeah, it tasted like eggs.
See,
Like all I
because-
could taste was eggs.
Well, that's mostly what it is.
I know, but
I
like,
taste no eggs in any of it.
yeah, I don't know. But like now, the idea of Miracle Whip is disgusting because I've transitioned over to
Sure.
normal person mayonnaise.
Yeah, right.
But like, I don't know why. My parents were just super. My parents like anything sweet. So like, Miracle Whip is just sweet and
It's gross.
it's gross. Yeah.
Miracle Whip is
a
the I
tragedy.
can't believe it's not butter of mayonnaise.
But like, it's not even better for you.
And it's definitely not a mayonnaising.
It's definitely not
No.
a miracle.
No,
It's not a miracle.
It's certainly way less than a miracle. What the hell's it made of? What makes it so different?
It's made out of fluff.
And bull semen.
The secret is bull semen.
It's the big bull semen.
I can't remember. It's like tangier, but I don't know what makes it tangier. Probably bull semen.
It's the bull semen.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anything tangy in the world.
I don't think I've had it in probably like, I don't know, 15 years. Like I couldn't even tell you what it tastes like
I
now.
think I've tasted it once ever, and that was it for me.
That's what happened to me. and I felt like I prayed for death, and now I would never go near it. Go near it.
Yeah, it was weird. The only other person I ever met that was a Miracle Whip person was an ex of mine. And when I found out that he was so against Hellman's and was like so absolutely for Miracle Whip, I seriously had a problem.
You gotta dump him.
Like I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Yeah.
Through.
I was like,
your ability to make decisions is fucked.
My world. It was so shocking.
Yeah, I get you.
Miracle Whip is made from water, soybean oil, high fructose corn syrup, vinegar, cornstarch, eggs, salt.
This is the
paprika,
healthiest thing I've
spice,
ever heard of.
garlic.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
Like I feel like I could drink gasoline and it would be healthier than Miracle
Oh, there'd be
Whip.
less ingredients.
Yeah.
Like my mom would make pasta salad with Miracle Whip.
My God.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What an abomination.
I can't believe I'm still alive.
I can't
to
believe
tell this tale.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here to talk about it because
I can't believe I just admitted that. I'm regretting this already.
Yeah, well.
Life is full of regrets.
It's true.
That's all life is, a series of regrets and downs.
And then death.
And deaths.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, and then you get to the end and you're like, oh, this was great. Thanks, Mom
I
and
regret
Dad.
this too.
Glad I got to be a baby and then a piece of shit forever. Okay, so this article came out right around Thanksgiving. Obviously, we haven't done many shows toward
just
the end of the
catching
year.
up.
Police warn people not to eat spoiled, trash-picked turkeys.
Trash picked?
Well, evidently, like supermarkets that have turkeys left over, just toss them in the dumpster out back.
Right.
That
the dumpster
seems like
divers
a
are just
biohazard.
yeah, dumpster divers are like, hey, fuck, I'll eat a fucking garbage turkey. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it smells
more
like
to
fucking.
do with desperation than people that think they just scored big.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I'm pretty sure the
Right.
people that need to do this are most likely not the ones sitting at home watching news reports about how they shouldn't do it.
Yeah, right, exactly right.
Like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
aiming to the wrong fucking
They have a-
crowd with this
yeah.
distribution deal here.
Yeah. Well, police say that the problem is that someone is collecting them from the trash and redistributing them.
Okay, so you have a middleman now. and
These are black
that makes
market
it
Now
turkeys.
there's a
That
whole
makes
other
it-
thing
yeah.
going
Yeah,
on.
these are
That's
black
bad.
market turkeys.
Don't buy your turkeys from the
Yeah.
corner turkey.
Turkey dealer.
A guy rolls up in a van just
Stand.
selling like halfway cooked
yeah.
turkeys that were cooked in a dumpster.
He opens up his like 1940s trench coat. And it's just full of fucking turkeys. He's like, "What you want? I got Butterball. I got Empire. I got Store Brand. I got No Frills." You're like, "What the fuck is a No Frills turkey?"
No frills.
Like that's got to be tough.
And then he opens the other side of his coat and there's just Miracle Whip.
Yeah, he's like, "You want a turkey
pouring
salad,
out.
do you?"
Dude, during like
Yeah.
a time period where buying food was really, really difficult, we had like a chicken, a whole chicken to cook, but we didn't have any butter or fucking oil or anything. The only thing we had was mayonnaise.
Nice.
And so we cooked the chicken covered in mayonnaise because it was like, it's mostly oil.
It's fat,
Like, there's
yeah.
no
Yeah, right.
difference. And let me tell you, that was one of the best fucking chickens I've ever had in my
Fucking
life.
Yeah,
ale
really,
chicken,
huh?
hell yeah.
Well, I mean, eventually does it just melt off or
Yeah, it's just oil mostly.
yeah, oil and egg, whatever, egg fluffness.
You're all like we're all egg fluff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all basically. That's why I don't want to hold your baby.
gonna
It's just a
drop
piece
it.
of fucking shitty human egg fluff. Yeah. So anyway, people are dealing, black market butterballs.
That's just cruel. If you find
the
it on your
turkey.
own, to the turkey, I mean, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you walk up to some starving person.
Yeah, and just, yeah.
Give me everything you got. Give me all your cans that you're gonna fucking trade in, and I'll give you this bird.
Ugh.
You're like, oh god, I don't know. And then like they,
And what? You just take like one turkey leg at a time over a fucking fire? What the fuck is happening?
You throw it
I
in
don't
a
know.
dumpster fire, and you cook
Here's
it
a
there.
better idea. Why don't the fucking stores cook the turkeys instead of throwing them out and feed them to the people that need it?
can't do that.
That takes work.
Yeah,
We gotta throw 'em out.
capitalism.
Yeah.
God damn it!
You have to pay somebody minimum wage to do that
Yeah.
for at least 3 hours. Fucking. All right, let's see here. Let me move on. Is it normal to think that other people are aliens and you're the only human sometimes?
What's the?
It's an is it normal?
I know, but what's the breakdown?
Sometimes I randomly think that I'm the only human and that everyone else is an alien.
That's so random.
Do you have any idea? Yeah, let me tell you how normal it is. 46%.
Because everyone thinks they're special, but
Right.
most people are pieces of shit.
Is it that people think they're special? Or
Yes.
is this person so smart to looking around all the other fucking
No.
cattle going, oh, God,
it's
this
someone
I
going
can't
like,
possibly be
"Man,
the same
I'm so
species as you.
different."
Look, wait, whoa. You don't walk around a Walmart and like look around and be like, dude, like, I'm definitely not the same species as these people. Like, there's no way. And they're all like, oh, here, water. And you're like,
you
dude.
want to hold my baby?
You want to hold my baby? You want to hold
Forever.
my baby? Ugh. No. I'm going to throw it off the building. Don't give it to me. I'll kick
But that's
it.
the difference. You know they're just shitty people and not aliens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I
that's
mean?
my point.
I guess
I
so.
think that the other way to look at it is like, I'm so different.
Maybe-
I can't even be like one of
Okay, yeah,
them.
right. I
Maybe
get you.
I'm the alien.
I'm like so much smarter than these people. And
Yeah.
dude, shut up. You wouldn't be posting on Is It Fucking Normal?
This is a great. This is a great comment in response to that. I call this. Sarah, you're gonna love this. I call this finding your I God or seeing yourself as the ultimate reality. You're not quite there, but you're close. Thank you, philosopher. Thank you, Is It Normal, philosopher.
Is it I God like EYE or I?
No, it's I, the letter I dash God.
I God.
Basically, you're the only part of God you'll ever know, unless our brains evolve wireless empathic functions that make us not only telepathic, but psychic to the point of remote viewing and emulative empathy. Then you will never walk in someone else's shoes, so to speak. So your sentience is your only reality. Everybody else is just an object or a robot, or in your case,
An alien.
that's it.
Can you imagine typing that?
Can you imagine sitting on it and being a person
I bet he
who
already
goes to
had it.
isitnormal.com with an account?
No, he already had that shit typed out, and he like had
He's
it.
been waiting like for
Right,
He
years
like
for it.
posted
Yeah.
it on Facebook,
Finally.
but nobody responded, so he was all
It's like,
pissed
man,
off.
this was good.
And copy
This was a
and-
good
And he
post.
copy and pastes it into this shit. He's
Yeah.
like, that fits. That I could use
You
that.
know what? When I posted to Facebook, I thought like my uncle would like it and like my friend would like it. Like nobody even noticed, man.
Babe, did you see what I posted?
Did you see what I posted?
Did you like it?
And she's like something about sentience.
Robots.
What are you talking about? You fucking idiot. And he's like, what do you mean fucking idiot? I wrote empathic functions.
That sounds like something an idiot would say.
Does this sound idiotic? Emulative empathy? I even hyphenated it. And she's like, fuck your hyphen. Dick.
And this guy, meanwhile, still thinks he's an alien.
Yeah, and
Or
this
everyone
guy,
else is an
this
alien.
guy at 46% is definitely not feeling alone anymore.
That's right.
That's for
Yes.
sure. And maybe that's the most important thing. I don't know.
I never thought everyone else was an alien.
Yeah, I know. I
For
don't,
what it's
I don't
worth.
really believe. I feel like people are fucking really dumb. Like
I think it's ridiculous to assume that everyone else is an alien, because then the question is, where the fuck did you come from exactly?
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess he didn't think about it that hard.
Yeah, he wasn't thinking hard
Until his boy came in and
Yeah.
fucking set him straight.
Pat him on his back.
with the emulative empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Women warned to stop putting magnets near their vaginas to cure hot flashes. I'll let that settle in for a minute. I'd like to know what they think the magnets are drawing out.
Yeah, what are they doing? It's like those bracelets, those like magnetic bracelets.
Those bullshit. Ever since I started wearing these two fucking bracelets that some snake oil salesman fucking gave me for $400, my life's been better.
My dad was wearing one of those for a while. I don't know
Yeah,
what
I know.
I don't even know what it's supposed to cure.
They're supposed to bring some sort of like they're supposed to center you.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
It didn't work.
It's a new and ridiculous vagina trend.
off-center.
He was off-centered.
Or specifically how to counter some uncomfortable side effects of menopause, such as hot flashes.
So you just hold it near your vagina? I'm picturing
You
like
just hump a fridge.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like an old like Wile E. Coyote like giant magnet,
Like an Acme magnet?
the U shaped. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry, I'm just pulling out all the menopause. Well, where's it going?
Into the magnet.
Into the magnet. Where do you think? And it's just a flow of like weird cells
And
and,
then I
light.
throw it into the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, right. They're called lady care magnets.
All right.
Oh God.
And it all gets a little weird. You simply clip the extremely powerful and therapeutic device onto the front of your underwear for you to wear all day.
Yeah, that's comfortable, I'm sure.
These magnets cost between 35 and 50 pounds and claim their magnetic therapy soothes the symptoms of menopause for 71% of women by rebalancing their autonomic nervous system.
Just don't put a hard drive near your vagina.
Yeah.
It's gonna wipe that shit.
Yeah. And then what? They just got a blank vagina. Nothing ever happened there. In addition to this, the magnets say they can reduce night sweats, improve sleep, and help with weight loss, improve skin tone, and give you more energy.
That sounds like a lot of shit.
Sounds like a lot of bullshit.
This is another one of those extreme things where it can cure everything.
But
it's the healing power of magnets.
Yeah.
I
They're
feel
really
like
good.
if magnets could do that, they've existed long enough for someone to have figured it out by
Yeah.
now. Like, it would be common knowledge.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Like, definitely people have stuck
Like,
enough
magnets are pretty much everywhere. So, it didn't take, like, a billionaire in a lab to, like, specially order this fucking rare-ass magnet
And
to,
sell
like,
it on
figure
TV
some
at
shit
3 in the
out.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, my arm hurts. We'll just rub a fucking magnet on it. Duh.
Yeah. Like what the fuck do you like? What's wrong with you?
Everybody
you
does
never
this.
heard about this before? It's like putting cucumbers on your eyes to solve the bags.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you got magnet vagina. Bear attacked Packers fan in Florida. Now, let me just comment here for a minute.
Good.
ABC News reported this in that way.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Here's the entirety of the article. A Milwaukee man who is also a Packers fan was attacked by a bear in Florida. That is the only time they mention that he's a Packers fan. And in this video of him, I guess he's wearing a Packers shirt.
So he's a Packers fan.
Yeah, so it matters.
It's clickbait.
What football team he roots for, being, of course, that he was attacked by a bear.
Well, you see, the Bears are also a football team.
Now I get it. Now I get it.
Right?
They've now set
Is that
traps.
right? I think so.
They've set traps to try to catch the bear, and he has 41 stitches, and he's just glad to be alive.
41 stitches, that's a lot of stitches.
It's like it goes from like the top of his forehead all the way across his forehead over his eye. So this bear really fucked him up.
Did the bear just bite his head?
The bear was like,
or was it a
"Fuck
claw
the
to the
Packers."
face? Or
I don't know.
It sounds like a claw.
It was standing in front of me, and I tried to turn left real quick and get back in the house.
it would be so amazing if he described what happened as like a football play-by-play. I ran 3 yards. He turned full circle.
He tried to turn left I tried to turn left real quick and get back in the house, and I caught an uppercut from the black bear.
It's like Tekken.
Yeah, right. Well, it must have been a way off uppercut because of him in the forehead and temple.
Stupid idiot bear.
Yeah. That bear doesn't know how to box.
Showed him.
Yeah, way to go. And he's like, hey, I'm alive. Fuck it. You know?
Fucking cares.
But honestly, man, I mean, how many dudes can walk into a bar and be like, see this scar?
A fucking bear, like,
No
uppercutted
one's
me.
gonna believe
Bear.
you. So what's the difference?
He's got like cell phone footage of himself screaming and crying like a baby.
Yeah, like holding the phone up to his face and like running.
Yeah. I'm so scared. This bear's attacking me. The bear's behind him like, "Roar!" So stupid. What the fuck? Yeah, like only fucking in Florida would they report it in this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
ABC's got to get those clicks, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Packers fan attack. It's ridiculous. This is insane. The whole fucking world's going to shit.
Maybe they put the fucking shirt on him.
Probably.
Hey, do me a favor. Wear this shirt in this article.
It'll
Like,
be hilarious.
yeah, this way, if you want to start a GoFundMe or whatever,
Yeah, right.
you know,
You'd be-
people
just say
will
you're a
know.
Packers fan.
Just say you're a Packers fan. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
But I fucking hate the Packers.
I don't even watch football.
Meanwhile, his brain is just like falling out of his head
Yeah.
because a bear sliced it open.
Yeah, and he's got like all these fucking like huge stitches all tearing in his head. And
Football.
football is good. You hold it like a baby.
I guess.
I guess. Oh no. Never held a baby.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
I've never held a baby.
That should be the name of your biography.
Never held a baby. The John Lackey story.
Okay, Sarah. What do you got? What do you got next?
It was a good introduction.
Oh yeah, no worries. I like to lead in.
I was looking at this list of obsolete words.
Okay.
Okay.
Always so
and they
good.
were actually, like, I've read a lot of these types of articles, and a lot of times there's repeats. But these are almost all words that I had actually never heard before.
Okay.
On any of these lists. So I wondered, okay, so here's the first one. Mizzle-kited. What does that sound like to you?
Mizzle-kited. I've been, so I'm at a bar. You know, I'm hitting on some slag. And she's like, nope. And I'm like, fuck, I've been mizzle-kited.
I think of like bamboozled. Like someone like got one over on me.
Right.
Oh, I've been mizzle-kited.
That old whippersnapper.
Or like, I didn't wipe all the way but didn't know.
The actual definition is so specific that I'm surprised there's a word for it.
Okay.
It means to have a red blotchy belly.
Mizzle-kited?
Yeah.
Wow, that's very specific.
It is really specific.
I'm missile-kited, and people are like, ew, get away from me.
And they slap you with a glove.
Yeah, right, in the face. And then you fucking duel.
Next word?
Yeah, next.
Keep 'em coming.
Quag-swagging. I think we can bring this one back.
Quag-swagging?
Yeah.
I like quag-swagging. I don't know what it is, but I'm all about it.
What do you think?
I don't know.
It's got the swag in it, so it just makes me think of swag.
I also think of like the really curly powdered wigs. I don't know why.
To wear a curly powdered wig.
Yeah, and really get
With
out there,
swag.
get your shit on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It means shaking to and fro.
Shaking. How does one shake to and fro?
Well, if you're at a concert
Like if you're
and
being
listening,
hurdy-gurdy.
and you're listening to some,
some like some dubstep.
Right.
You might shake to and fro.
you might be quag-swagging a little.
Yeah, or you might be ODing
I
on
think
drugs.
you could definitely bring that back.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's a couple that I think you can bring back.
Yeah, I'm quag-swagging over here.
Look at him go.
Yeah, look at that guy quag-swagging. I don't want anything to do with him. Look at a guy. And I wouldn't want anything to do with a guy who quag-swags like that guy does.
You put a belt in his mouth.
Imagine if there was an
Somebody hold
obsolete.
his tongue out with a butter knife. He's quag-swagging.
Imagine if there was an obsolete word for selling black market turkeys.
Oh yeah, it'd be like
these get specific.
yeah, like turk-furking. Like, yeah, these guys are turk-furking. Like fuck. Somebody call the cops.
Sammy Foozle.
Oh, the old Sammy Floozle in it.
Yeah, see, you've been Sammy Foozle there.
This one I think is easy to guess.
Say it again, Sammy.
Sammy Foozle.
All these words sound like bamboozled to me. They all sound like someone.
They're cousins.
Yeah, they'll sound like I've been fooled. Ah, you've been Sammy Foozled.
You're right. That's what it means. It means to make a fool of.
Sammy Foozled?
Got it.
Sammy Foozle.
Okay. Ah, I've been Sammy Foozled.
For the last time.
For the last time. And you take out a switchblade and you go stab the fucker in the neck.
And then they'll be quag-swagging.
Yeah, and then they'll be quag-swagging.
And they'll probably be mizzle-kited when they start bleeding.
That's right.
Definitely. Because the stab in the
This
neck
wraps
means
it
a
all
missile
up.
kiting.
Because when I get stabbed, I just start breaking out everywhere.
Yeah, my stomach especially. It's just a big
I have a tender tummy.
Yeah, it's a splotchy disaster there.
Mubble fubbles.
I imagine just trying to pay for something with rocks.
No, not even close.
Damn it.
You have like a mouthful of something.
Yeah, like a mouthful of broken
I
teeth.
could see why you'd go in that direction.
What is it?
Thank you.
Mubble-fubbled?
Mubble fubbles.
I was close. I barely remembered it.
Way to go.
I forgot what I said.
Mubble fuzzles. Are they cats?
It's a state of depression.
Oh, I got a case of the old mubble fubbles in it.
To me that makes sense.
Look, yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
sounds
the
like
problem is,
something
like-
that you'd say
Yeah.
when you didn't want to say how terrible something
No
was.
wonder people don't take depression seriously. I got a case of the mubble fuzzles, and they'd be like, oh,
Bubbles! Fucking bubbles! You guys keep saying fuzzles.
mubble fubbles.
It changes the name.
No wonder it died.
Yeah, sorry.
No one
I
can say it.
didn't mean to make it sound not serious.
Put your hands down, otherwise they're gonna be short too. Cross your arms. And keep your head up high. There you go, now do it. Up head, up head, up head, up head.
At the same time, there was one of the military ones that went there in the exact same fucking
Are we in?
What's up? Are we back?
Hey, what's up?
Are we good?
Hey, yo,
yep,
we're back.
Good.
How's
What's
it
going
going?
up, everybody? Going up. What the fuck does that mean? I got my
Everybody's
position
down.
wrong.
You're
I mean,
man.
what's going on there? Welcome back to Awesome Talk Season 9, Episode 6.
I don't know. I think he's in the bathroom. The bathroom.
I think he's dropping a deuce.
Both of them?
Well, I guess so. I don't know how. But welcome back to Awesome 9 episodes.
No good response to that.
This is like anyway.
Episode 6,
Awesome Talk.
January 16, 2018. This is our 101th episode, actually. So, very glad that you guys are here. Very glad that we started the year off the way that we did, man. This has been a
With
really
an episode.
crazy show with a lot of ups and downs and ins
what
and outs,
have yous.
what have yous. And so let's talk to our guests for just a second here. So,
just 1 second, all right.
Quick.
Who has something?
Make it quick.
Who has something to promote?
Oh, we all do. All right, maybe I just have more than most.
All right, well, you guys.
I always got stupid ass plans. Well, first off, we have the Something Something Cast, of course, at somethingcast.com. You can find us there every 2 weeks, or on our Patreon at patreon.com/somethingcast.
Something cast.
Fuck.
We've only had the Patreon for a year.
I
It's
know.
not like patreon.com/something cast. We have radio dramas there. We have started a new Patreon only show.
Cool.
That's like a This Week in History kind of thing. We're trying to go a little bit different.
Oh, that's awesome.
We had a new episode hit today. We had Kevin Goatee of Comics Watching Comics on Amazon Prime. Season 5 is coming out soon. So if you have Amazon Prime, check it out. It's really cool. Check him out on the episode. We had a really good talk with him.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun.
That's dope.
And if you're looking for vinyl decals, you can go to reallyshameless.com and get your own vinyl die-cut decals.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll hit that up.
Please.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm about to take all the old ones off my car, and I need new ones.
And I do customs for whatever you want.
And his shit's really good, too.
All right, cool.
Like,
yeah.
like
all right, before
exceptionally
you get
good,
it,
dude.
write that down or say it again.
We'll do reallyshameless.com.
Really? All right, I'll remember.
Just ask me tomorrow if you can't remember.
All right.
Or go to the video.
I forgot.
I'll
say-
remember.
and I'll go-
I myself am really shameless.
Let me ask James Hatton.
Why it's your name?
And I'm still doing my artwork, my painting.
Yes, your artwork.
John Haddad, Fine Artist on Facebook. So check it out. I do watercolor art and fine art painting.
So does Stan.
Last painting I did was Stark House from Game of Thrones. So.
And it's,
check out my
and
stuff.
dude,
All
yeah,
different
his work
stuff.
is fucking amazing, dude.
Nice.
So I don't know if you guys
All
know
different
this, but
artwork.
in the studio here,
okay.
I'm developing like an art room for like paint and clay and all kinds and animation and shit like that, right? So what I want to do is I want to start having like an art night. So any of you guys that are artists, they want to come over one night and have some wine and make some art. You know
I'll
what I
do it
mean?
now.
Listen to
Let's
some
do it right
music.
now.
We'll do it. Well, yeah, we'll fucking do it. What do you guys think?
I work on a laptop primarily, but I'd happily sit and hang in
Which
art.
is great. That's
Yeah.
fine to do that. That's awesome,
100%.
dude. Yeah.
Now, does performance art count?
Well,
You
Set up
can
a tiny
play
corner with
while we're
one
doing art.
spotlight.
yeah.
Just a
Interpretive
black
dance,
background.
yes. Robert Mapplethorpe, no.
All right.
Well, that's what he meant.
I know, that's why I said it. I'm not jamming a whip up his ass. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
I love
you.
this.
I did not see the conversation taking that turn.
Thank
But
you
now
for-
that it's here.
Thank you for not jamming a whip up my ass. I appreciate
You never
it.
know what you're gonna hear on this show, you know. Let's move. Let's just scroll up into
Great
the comments a
booking.
little
What's
bit
that supposed to be?
here. Let's see. Coming back.
It's a booking.
Good to be back. Woo. Hey, they'll have the Epic Film guys next week. Talk about. So go ahead, guys.
Yeah, we'll have the Epic Film guys will be there. What day will that be appearing?
We're recording next week,
Yeah.
so it's going to go up 2 weeks
2
from
weeks.
today is the episode that will have the Epic Film guys on it.
Nice.
Or an upgrade. I'll be back to see that next week. Let's see. Next Monday, I'll try to remind. Okay, these guys are just talking to one another now, which I like.
Talking amongst themselves.
Yes, talk about yourself.
I hope they're docking and high fiving.
Did you say docking?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
Now, there's something that we reserve for our guests called the final word. So this is your final message to the world, which is becoming more and more likely every day.
So you should expect it.
Yes.
So when you're driving here, think of something you're gonna fucking say.
Yeah.
That's insightful and witty.
Walk into everything in life knowing that this might happen.
This is gonna happen inevitably.
So your final message to the world, what would that be?
Mine is stay true to yourself, do what you enjoy doing, and treat people how you want to be treated. That's
What if you want to be treated really shitty?
Unless you're an
well,
asshole.
then you like some S&M or something.
Yeah.
Fucking say the safe
Go at
word
it.
then.
Find another shitty person to be shitty with.
Mine is mahalo.
Good to know.
Just
That means a lot of stuff.
But yeah, they put you on the spot again, so you gotta know what to say. And that shit.
Heavy Metal John, thank you for being here tonight, man.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, I miss you. He hasn't been here in
years.
Apparently, it's been years.
Yeah, I think it's like a year or two.
That's
no,
what I
longer
thought.
than
That's
that.
what I thought. It's been
Longer than
that's
that.
been
There's a
longer
glitch
than
in the
that.
Matrix. It's been like 3 years ago or 4 years.
It's scientifically known as the Mandela effect.
Yes, it's real. Berenstein Bears effect too, same thing.
Bears.
Yeah.
Right?
The fuck just happened?
I know what he's talking about.
Mind blown.
Well, I actually have evidence of both spellings.
There's
My friend has a
alternate-
book and I have a book, and I'll hold them and they're different spellings. So
There's an
it's
alternate
both.
universe.
It's the alternate universe fucked up, like moving over.
Sometimes they clash
into the new
together.
one.
Which is the one that is the Sinbad movie? The Sinbad
Not
Genie
this
movie.
one.
There was a Sinbad movie.
Of course.
Wait, who's Sinbad?
Don't
I'm just
fuck
kidding.
with
I'm
me
just
on
kidding.
this. I remember there was a goddamn Sinbad movie.
No.
How is this not real?
The Mandela effect, when you actually
Not
think
just
about
the
it,
pants.
it being called the Mandela effect is actually amazing because there is a small handful of people that remember him dying in prison, and like, it's amazing because they're like diehard. No, he died, and there's
Yeah.
so many people in the world.
Maybe
that-
he regenerated.
It's possible. Maybe he's a doctor.
Maybe it's
So-
Doctor Who!
But not, only is it a
Chris Cross.
psychological phenomenon, it's possible
What is that from?
that it's not a
from
psychological
Mama from the
phenomenon.
Train
It's a
and
bigger
Family Guy.
phenomenon in and of itself, possibly like a Doctor Who scenario, a Time Lord kind of thing. So the world isn't what we think it might be. It's, I don't know. Like things, whatever you want it to
I
be.
think we're trapped in the Matrix.
I hate that.
We can't prove it, which is the most interesting part about it.
What's crazy is you can't
We
actually
can't.
prove
Is
anything.
this real right now? What's going on?
No.
7.
So you guys, your final word to the whole world.
You're more insightful than me. Shit. Let's see. I will just go with the follow your passions, even though you will hit a bunch of pitfalls along the way. Eventually, doing it should be its own enjoyment, and when it isn't, eventually somebody will pay you for it. Mazel tov.
L'chaim.
Mahalo.
Yeah. That means a lot of things.
It's a lot of things.
Ohana.
Piggybacking on what James said, and since we have Epic Film Guys in the chat room, when we first started this podcast, our whole theory was a rising tide raises all ships. That if you support other people who have the same passions as you, that they will return that favor and, like James said, pay it forward. Our show was very small for about a year. This group on Twitter, Podern Family, reached out to us and said, hey, do you want to be a member? At the time, they had like 200 members. Literally within weeks of us joining them, our followers on Twitter and Facebook started jumping exponentially. They've been great supporters of ours. We hope they feel the same about us. We love you guys. If you have people who have similar passions as you, support them because they will recognize it and they will support you back.
Thank you very much.
Rumph.
So I gotta do some closeout stuff.
Do you?
Well, I
Do
do.
you really?
First off, Jay and Brady is joking around.
I mean, I don't see the
Jay and Brady made a joke. He said, "What Sinbad movie?" Don't pretend like you don't know.
The comedian.
I
want to
thank you, Jay and Brady, Epic Film Guys, the beginning of the end.
The rest.
The rest.
Kung Fu Drive-In.
Kung Fu Drive-In was there. I'm trying to scroll to the top. It's a long list. There was also
Satanic Potato.
Satanic Potato was in there.
Yes, Satanic Potato.
And then there was all the people on the Facebook chat. that have
I
been
didn't know it's not
commenting.
supposed to be satanic potato.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe it's satanic potato.
Let's just go the whole thing all along.
I want to say big ups
You
to.
say satanic, I say satanic.
I wish I had a mirror. If I had a mirror, I'd be like, I see
Bobby,
Ariel.
I see Jimmy,
I see Daniel
She's a
Danson
woman.
Hansen. I see Carrie Diane. I see Griffin Sullivan. I see Justin Mazik. I see
This is
my
gonna go
mom.
on a long time.
I see Justin
Are we really?
Ganahan.
Dude, are you seriously gonna sit here?
I'm almost at the end, yo.
I just don't see the point in this at all.
Well, anyway, I just want to thank all of them for fucking chiming in and being part of the show this week. And I want to thank all you guys for being here. One more round of applause for you guys. If you want to find more of us, AwesomeTalkTV.com, Awesome Talk TV on Instagram and Twitter. And during the show, we post to these platforms a lot, so you can find extra content there as well. Sarah and I do another podcast called Ice and the Face, so please check that out. Thank you to everybody who watched tonight. Thank you to our sponsors, Nevermore Designs. Thank you to Potter and Family. So many Potter and Family members that actually mentioned it, retweeted this show tonight, which is fucking amazing. Definitely helped the show out.
Nice.
And we're going to be back here in 2 weeks, man. Like, I think that I still think this is going to be one of the best seasons of Awesome Talk ever. And tonight was one of those great fucking episodes. So thank you guys for being here tonight, man.
Yeah,
So,
thanks for having us.
I didn't have a choice.
well, say,
I'm just here for the ride.
So thank you, everybody, and thank you, everybody, for drinking with us. Hey, guys, guess what?
Motherfuckers, that is awesome talk.
That is awesome talk.
Cheers.